Righto, good everybody, welcome back to another live watch along on the channel. Second semi-final, QClash, very first time these two sides meet in a final series game. And we're due. We always have some, obviously, locational rivalries throughout the final series over the years. Even last season, the Sydney Derby. And finally, Brisbane and Gold Coast are here to take part in what should be hopefully a close game, because the games we've streamed so far with finals footy have all been at least 4 goals a margin. They've been good games to watch, but wouldn't mind a close game for once on the stream, so that'd be nice. By the way, lads, you like the little pink scoreboard? I've got Gold Coast wearing the pink Guernseys tonight. Yeah, I just thought I'd make the little change, just a little thing. It might not mean much, but it's there. But hopefully everybody's going well. Yeah, it's two sides that, well, Brisbane have been here multiple times before. It's their, 6th or 7th straight final series. Gold Coast the very first, and what a win it was last week against Fremantle. Our finals like brand they played in their win last week. They were tough. They were poised, and a bit of a fairy tale ending with Swallow kicking the winner. That was a terrific moment, and every chance this week. They did belt Brisbane 8 weeks ago, roughly, and they smacked them around the footies, so They're a team with a bit of momentum heading in this one. The Lions, though, they've been excellent bouncing back this season. So you think, well, they are the deserved favourites because of that. And probably am leaning towards them, but I'm really keen to see what Gold Coast throw at them, given, a terrific win last week. And, yeah, they sort of have Brisbane's measure. They know how to beat up on them. Might need an update, Kyle. Yeah, I did see that. Before I started streaming, I saw Kyle Lohmann trimmed his hair. And I've still got on the thumbnail him with his luscious locks. So, yeah, I might have to probably update that, to be honest. I can't be bothered. Hopefully going well. Scott JK, after yesterday's game this whole season, can't pick. Oh, Matt, I'm having a stinker as well. I think, I tip Brisbane for this one. If the Suns win, I don't think I have a single tip right for the whole finals series so far. Oh, Christ, should probably just retire, to be honest. But, I just want some good games, and they're hard to tip, to be fair, but, yeah. I think, in general, I am fairly conservative with tipping, so maybe next year I should be a bit more risky. But to be fair, I'm having a lot better of a tipping year than last season. Hopefully going well. 𝐬𝐴𝐶𝐶, good to see you here, my friend. Who are you going for? Don't really care, to be honest. Cameras. I'd expect Brisbane to get up here, given they've been very good bouncing back this season, and just need a bit of a response out of that midfield. It lowered his colours last week, so that's their strong suit. But so is the Suns, to be fair. So the midfield battle should be a really interesting one tonight. No Neil for the Lions, but they've played some good footy without him. So players like 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝, who was disappointing last week. Cobb in the tag. Can he bounce back a bit? But, the Suns last week were impressive. They really outdid Freo's defence. They won some critical contests at the ground. Bailey Humphrey, Ben Long, a few of those small forwards definitely played the part well. Brisbane have struggled against sides that can move the ball quick. And the Suns can definitely offer that in spades. So, see how they go. And Brisbane's record, to be fair, at home hasn't really been as good as it usually is this season. They've dropped some winnable games across the season. But they are a finals experienced side. Let's remember the Lions. See what happens. Hopefully going well. Beyond, mate. No way some across this. Diego Miller here. Good to see you doing well, Ros. To be honest, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know who Diego Miller is. It's you're sort of chatting in a way like I know you, but no, it's good to see you here, my friend Beyond. Maybe I'm just misinterpreting the comment you made. Neil out, big out. Crows, yeah, definitely. Missed a bit of that dynamic edge, especially in the midfield, because Rankin, the first 10 weeks, I think he was leading the comp for clearances. So, yeah, he's just a gun small forward, but he's also a player that can really win the inside ball. But, yeah, Crows disappointing last night. Just weren't able to live up to the finals pressure and intensity. Their midfield got smashed by the Hawks last night. Played for Tuggeranong. Diego Miller. That name sounds familiar. I think I might know you. I don't know. But, okay. Well, Diego Miller, that sounds familiar. But no, hopefully you're going well, man. I do know you, but I can't quite picture what you look like again. But hopefully going well, my friend. It's been a while. You still playing footy? Myself, I'm not. It has been a little while. Anyways, right away. Second semi-final. winner will go to play the Pies next week at the G, and that should be interesting. Should Gold Coast win, it feels like that sort of GWS versus Collingwood prelim final matchup from a few years ago. Anyway, first inside 50 coming from Zach Bailey. Going to pin it deep here to the square. 2-on-2. Spoiled through from 𝐼𝐴𝐴𝐺𝐸. Pretty good last week. Did swing forward late and type the scores and rush through for the first minor score. Going well, 𝐓𝐴𝐴𝐺𝐸, mates. It's been a pretty cruisy one, but hopefully a good game tonight. Because as I say again, the games we've streamed so far have been not shockers, but they've just all been fairly one-way games. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝 playing on. I wonder if they'll have that matchup. It probably will happen, given 𝐓𝐡𝐞 is been playing as a half forward this season. Big 𝐬𝐴𝐴𝐺𝐸 going to get a free here. And that is an interesting selection call too. So Oscar McInerney and Darcy Fort both in the team. So that dual ruck setup. Yeah, obviously he's been really hurt with injury this season. 𝐬𝐴𝐴𝐺𝐸's now short here to John Noble. Plenty of Suns have made the trip. Well, it's not really much of a trip, to be honest. But I was impressed. They actually made quite a good turnout in Perth last week. Anyway, Noble now deep to the pocket. Can fly Ben Long. He's been good overhead this season. Can't quite take it. Andrews, hospital hand pass to Wilmot. Ball to be won here. This is where the Suns were great last week. These contests in the forward 50. Bailey Humphrey crashing through, kicking goals. Can they be dangerous in this area tonight? Marshall. That's not a great kick. It's going to be coming back here. Dan Rioli. This is a player that has been in the pointy end of the season. Of multiple seasons, of course, Richmond. Dan Rioli back here to Buddy Ewell, impressive player. I reckon Suns leading by 10 at half-time with 4 lead changes in the fourth quarter. Yeah, fair call, man. And Big Ben King takes the pack mark. He can go back here for the Suns first as... all right, here we go. I think Gardner is holding his shoulder there. He might be okay. Well, he isn't afraid to take a big pack mark, Ben King, and... it was a pretty good kick, to be honest, because Andrews just couldn't spoil that across. Couldn't get there in time. Well, Ben King for the first of this final. Be a handy one to knock through. Yeah, I think so, Crabbers, mate, given he has been the sub a lot, quite a few times this season. Oh, he's missed. No, he's gold. Jeez. That one just snuck home. I was a bit premature there. But anyway, Suns get the first. Ben King. So it was a pretty good kick from Ewell, to be honest. Put it in a direction away from Andrews. Just dropped it in that area and Andrews just couldn't get there in time. Ben King, 70 goals this season. Unlucky not to make the All-Australian, I guess, just, in comparison to the forwards that did make it. They probably just do a bit more in terms of disposals. Ben King, he's had games this year where he usually gets like 6 kicks and 6 goals. So, no, he's still had a good year. Anyway, ball back in the middle. Zorko get a kick forward here for his side. 𝐼𝐴𝐴𝐺𝐸 disappointing last week. That one's spoiled from a Suns defender. Crushing through Matt Rao. Head taken off maybe. Davies. Good hands to 𝐓𝐡𝐞. Now feeds it to Noah Anderson. He's been a terrific runner this season. Anderson pins the ears. Goes for goal. And he's got it. Oh, he's been terrific as a goal kicker mid this season. How about this start from the Suns? Sort of similar last night's game. Got a quick first 2 goals here. That's where he's been superb this season, Anderson. There's that goal kicker mid. Good start here for the Suns. Well, this is where Brisbane did struggle last week. Smashed in the midfield and defensive running was poor. Bailey Smith, Holmes, and even those small forwards just kept on running waves past them. And you see Anderson there for that handball receive. Not really much accountability on that. And he goes bang. Always been quality this season. And ball to be won here in the middle as Grainer crashes through on his non-preferred. It's not a good kick. It's going to be coming back. Collins been peaking at the right time. He's had a very underrated season. And stumps off a quick corridor kick here to find Fiorini. Racking up in the VFL earlier this season and now finally getting his chance. I'd say definitely a career best year, to be honest. As now he goes down the line here towards a pack of players. He can fly Wits, and that's a good mark. Does that against 𝘼𝐶𝐼𝐶 well. Another player who's been pretty underrated this season too, Jared Wits. Hands it now to John Noble. And he'll go deep here to the pocket. And this should be all Harris Andrews, but well done from King. Brings it to ground. Wilmot roves. Oh, he's given it right to 𝐴𝐶 𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼. Now 𝐴𝐶 over the top here to Long. Lost his balance. Dunkley intervenes. Back to Harris Andrews. And the skipper will clear here towards the wing. He's got a fly for this one, Oscar McInerney. Brings it down. And he was going to win a holding free here. Good to see Oscar McInerney back in. Yeah, it was a shame he couldn't get up for that grand final last year. As the Swans absolutely gave them charity premiership. No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. We got outplayed, but... man. That was a rough viewing. Anyways, Harris Andrews now in the back 50. Hopefully going well, Aussie Trump fan. Welcome, mates. Looking forward to this game. Yeah, no, Suns have started really well. Sort of similar to last week, really, where they don't really look... phased by the finals atmosphere. They've really put the foot down and kicked the first two here. This doesn't look good. The Lions are good. Yeah, well, early days, to be honest. Anyway, there we go. 𝐸𝐸 inside 50. Couldn't hold there. Charlie Cameron crashing through. Will Ashcroft gives a hands to the first year of Sam Marshall. That's a clever centering kick. It's not on the full for Morris, though. He snaps a goal and he's gold. That's Brisbane's first. Just one to get a bit of a settler there. Brisbane's first. His goal, Logan Morris, also been another key forward. And has found the goals plenty this season. Over 40 goals. Really impressive young player. He's definitely numbed the pain of the absence of Joe Danaher to an extent. But yeah, it's just an attack started with 𝐸𝐸 there. It wasn't the prettiest kick, but it was in the advantage at least of Charlie Cameron. And well done from Morris to get back on his feet and goal there. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest in 2 hours, roughly, by the way, lads. Everyone supports Supreme. That should be interesting. Ange Postecoglou's first game as manager, too. Arsenal away. What a tough task that's going to be, the very first of his career, or campaign, I should say, sorry, or tenure at Nottingham Forest. 𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼 now wins a holding free. He goes quickly inside 50. Morris gets his hands on it. Crushing through here is Powell. How good was he last week? Powell strong overhead. 𝐴𝐶 now gets his way in and hands it out here to Wits. A few touches for the ruckman early on. Sam Flanders. Been talks about him potentially leaving the club. And Connor Bunterick, pressure forward this back half of the year he's moved into. Takes the mark after a defender early in his career. To be fair, I think he was a forward, then moved back, then now back forward. Fort intercepts that one. The former Cat. And we'll just assess here and maybe go back to Andrews, and he does. Hey, Tim, hopefully going well, mates. All aboard the Suns train. Oh, mates. 50-metre penalty here. Yeah, no, they've been definitely, I think, sort of Australia's team in a way, over everybody's second team to support in September. But how good was that win last week? That was pretty fairy tale finish. Swallow King the winner. I thought he didn't have the leg, but he got it just there. Andrews inside 50. Morris early jump. 𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐴𝐿𝐼. Good extraction, and he goes for another snapping shot here, Logan Morris, but he's missed. And he's put it out in the full. One ticket for the Suns train here, please. Yeah, but yeah, of course, win it. We'll play Collingwood next week. Will be tough. They were pretty flawless last week. The Pies. Back here to Noah Anderson. Reds fan since 1977. Yeah, geez, how about the transfer window they've had? So many good acquisitions. 𝐓𝐡𝐞, the latest one. Very good play for Newcastle. It's a good pickup. Rao, now this is where he's been good. Just crushing through an open play. Hands it now to Fiorini, and they can go quicker. The Suns inside 15. King holds. This is where they can really get the Lions. That quick ball movement out in the open. The Suns can go bang. Brisbane can definitely be putting the back foot off it. And that's a good kick inside 50 to find Ben King, and his set shots have been very good this year. I think when I was watching the Essendon game, it was something like, I can't remember, but like his last 20 goals, or it was like his latest shots was about 19 goals too or something. It was a ridiculous goal kicking accuracy stat he did have. Commentary curse, he'll probably miss. There you go. But he has been a good goal kicker this year, to be fair. Definitely from the yesteryears of some very gettable misses and etc. He's definitely improved. And that's a minor score. Now a bit of a let off for Brisbane. 𝐓𝐴𝐞 now quickly goes to Jasper Fletcher. That's not a good kick. And to be fair, 𝐸𝐸 just read that one superbly well. Pink boots with the pink Guernsey. It's a good fit. 𝐸𝐸 now will go in the corridor here. That's a good one. Finds Anderson. And now we'll just want to horseshoe this around. This is good use here from the Suns. Noble. Can now pin the ears and go deep with a high ball here towards the packs. Spore comes from Gardner. Falls to Bailey. Now here to Leicester, who, really got exposed early on last week against the Cats. And Jasper Fletcher now, probably one of their better players last week. Under the pump with that kick, and Cameron did well to hold. He's been really fumbly as well, Charlie Cameron, so that's what he needs to do, just those marks up the ground. Risky corridor kick, ball to be one spool from, I think, Jeffrey, but really nicely mopped up from Rayner. He goes quickly inside 50, couldn't find McInerney on the full. Ball to be one here. 𝐼𝐴𝐶𝐞, can he get the ground ball? He does. He composes, he snaps, and he goals. Brisbane make it all square now. And disappointing game out last week, 𝐼𝐴𝐶𝐞, so they'll do confidence with an early goal. Bit of a dirty footy there. Corridor kick, and Jeffrey did well to intervene, but it's the old classic defensive mare when you spoil it right down to an opposition player. It's nicely rode from Rayner, and he knocks an inside 50. And the small forwards did the work of 𝐼𝐴𝐶𝐞. I don't want a ticket for Canberra Raiders. Oh, mate, bloody keen for them. They play tomorrow, don't they, against the Broncos. From the general sort of fan forums of league supporters, apparently the Raiders could be a straight set sort of chance, but usually how it works is the side that's predicted the most to go out in straight sets isn't the case. Like, look at AFL, Collingwood were the most likely. I'd say Adelaide, to be fair, people had Adelaide as also a chance too, but it was hard to see them lose two home finals in a row, and look what happened. So, I'll hop on the bandwagon if they win, mate. The Viking clap, how good. Anyway, good change of it. Oh, no, it wasn't great from Powell. It's a turnover, McCluggage. And now Ashcroft inside 50 here again, but it's not a good kick. It's going to be picked off here from Sam Collins, who has been quality this season. He actually made my personal All-Australian team last year. No, he didn't make it, of course, but back-to-back All-Australian squad selections for him. Jeffrey now been a very underrated player as well for the Suns' defence this season. And now he runs and lopes a kick here to Long. Easily pushes out 𝐼𝐴𝐶𝐞. And now a quick kick inside 50. King wins the battle. Can't get the kick away. Recovers. Plays for the high. Ball spits out. Ainsworth a quick kick. He's missed. He's at the post. Minor score there. Hot start from both sides. Nothing going well, Norm. Welcome, mate. Now, Gardner, deep kick down the line. It's a really good hold from Morris. Gets front position, and a loopy kick in the corridor should sit here for Rayner. Oh, geez, that's a bloody epic mark overhead. And they quickly go through the corridor here, the lines. They chain the hands. Levi Ashcroft can have a ping from 48. Does it have the distance? It won't, nor the accuracy. And sport through for a minor score. All square, 14 apiece. No pies and lines. Could that be the matchup next week? It's strange Loman, without the blonde hair. It's got the buzz cut. Apparently it was a haircut mistake, and maybe he just said, "Nah, get rid of all of it." Tap was good there from Reed. Anderson to 𝐴𝐶𝐞. Good running here from Joel Jeffrey. And they've bounced here nice to the Suns. Who does he have inside 50? He's got one out here, King, and he's taken the mark. Really good movement from the Suns. They're putting lines under the pump here a wee bit with how they're getting out in the open and getting those handball receives going. Running in waves here, the Suns. You watch Adelaide, for example, last night, and there was barely much of this. So Ben King takes a good mark. He started really well here. 1 goal, 1. Could have 2 goals already. Directly in front should be Elementary here for the star key forward. And he slots it home. So Ben King already 2 goals. Had an excellent start to this game. Nice work from the Suns. Goal back, up by a solitary goal. Ball back in the middle here. Rowell, how about that for a stiff arm? Goes bang. Reid now, quick hands over the top here in favour of Davies. The slap was there, but just didn't have the accuracy. And turnover here in Brisbane's favour. Fort out here to Marshall. Stabs a kick, and it should sit here nicely for 𝐼𝐿 with the buzz cut and lowers the kick. A bit too low there for Logan Morris. Slides and can't take it, or can't get the half volley. Mark Andrew, a good win. Jags a hand pass over his shoulder. Fumble there from Morris. Cameron gets the pick up. Hands it in board to Ashcroft. Over the top here to Morris. Hemmed in within the line. Centering kick. And the chest mark is Jared Berry. And they find the centering option here. Berry can go back. Off you go. Well, see. Welcome, mates. Evening rolls. How about mate? Oh, mate. Sensational. Yeah, geez. An absolutely quality performance yet. Couldn't really fault much apart from probably the... You know, when the Crows got a bit of control in that first quarter, yeah, no, they were outstanding. Tough and class, very well balanced performance, and that's always been the advantage with Hawthorn this year. They're probably one of the more well balanced teams in the competition. To be fair though, without Will Day, there is quite a bit of reliance on Newcombe playing good footy. Berry does goal, but how about Newcombe? All 4 of his finals, he's been the highest rated player in the ground champion data-wise. He was massive again last night. Should be interesting though. You'd expect 𝐼𝐻𝐤 to get the job on him next week. So should he be taken out the game? That's going to be questions on maybe Hawthorn's midfield. But I think they have every chance next week. They're got quite a bit of momentum, and obviously they do hate the Cats. But no, they were fantastic last night. Gunston's pretty special though. I mean, 70 goals this year for the age he is, and 5 goals last night. Even they probably should have won by more a bit, the Hawks. Like, they honestly kicked inaccurately a little bit. I think it was like 14 goals, 17 or something. I mean, Watson also kicked like, was it 2 goals, 4, 2 goals, 5? Anyway, ball back in the middle here. But yeah, should be a good hit up next week, the Cats and the Hawks. 20 apiece. It's been a good start here. Both teams are having cracks at either end. 8:07 to play till quarter time. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 sharks it out. Rowell tackled. Umpire's ball. Dunkley gets it from inside to out here for Zach Bailey. That's a bad hand pass. Coughs it up. Farah crashing his way through. Berry extracts it out. Ball to be 1. Davies' kick was smothered. Ethan Reid. That's a good tackle for Will Ashcroft. Umpire's ball. Yep, Harris Andrews back to being Kings. Obviously, Andrews does normally take the on defender, and that has been the big absence of Jack Payne, to be honest. Usually is the man to do that. But he's now switched over. Something Matthew Nicks didn't really do much last night. Did keep Mark keen on Gunston all night long. There was a bit of criticism online I was seeing about that. Anyway, bang, Loman. Great pressure here from the Lions. And umpire's ball. He's fired up here, 𝐼𝐿. For going well, Gabe. Welcome, mates. 12 tackles to 4 as well. So Brisbane are bringing the heat here early on. Umpire's ball. Still looks strange. 𝐼𝐿 𝐎𝐿 without the blonde hair. Davies did well there. Rao now, as always, busts his way through. Ben King, almost like a soccer player, traps it with his foot, but turnover here for Brisbane. Marshall back here to Wilmot. And just poise a nice kick here to Calamachi working up the ground. Cross here to Harris Andrews. Tip lines by 2 more goals. Yeah, fair enough, Crummers, mate. I think I'd went Brisbane by around 2 goals myself as well. Jasper Fletcher did well to keep his feet and hold the mark on the wing. On the outer side. Fletcher now will drop the kick short here in the Dunkley direction. Usually a good play overhead. Fiorini did well. 1-on-1. Rao crushing through. Fiorini gets the ramble, instantly met by a Dunkley tackle. No, Lohman tackle, sorry. Another ball up here. Now Will Ashcroft will get a clearance here inside 50, and it does work here to 𝐼𝐿 𝐎𝐿, the young key forward. He was, a bit of a struggle with the absence of Eric Hipwood last week for the Lions, and he was one that, fair enough, first-year player, fairly inexperienced, but this will do him a bit of confidence if he can hold here. And there's Lockie Neal up in the stands. Obviously, the calf problem ending his season. Can he go here? 𝐼𝐿 𝐎𝐿. For his first goal in AFL footy, he's missed. That does give Brisbane the lead for now. D1, mate. Hopefully going well. Gold Coast, assuming that's meaning the team you're tipping. Yeah, they've started fairly well here, the Suns, but Brisbane's starting to get a bit of control around the footy. 3 goals, 3 plays, 3 goals, 2 off, 19 to play. Another stoppage here. Anderson probably going to be holding the ball there, and it is. Good pressure again from Brisbane. Dunkley giving it to him. And now quickly goes inside 50 here. A high kick to the square. Lohman flies. Good spoil from Collins, sorry. And that's on the line of score. Noble now will quickly go from the kick in here and find Anderson in a bit of space. And they can rebound here quickly, the Suns. 𝐼𝐿 𝐿 does find an option over the top here of Connor Bunterick. Does the ball sit from here? Wilmot chasing. And did it legally to push him out, but Bunterick goes in again. Wears a 𝐓𝐿 𝐎𝐿 tackle. Just gets it back here to Flanders. Inboard here to Rao. Back here to Noah Anderson. They've worked it nice here, the Suns. Good movement from Noah Anderson. He'll go deep here. It's a good-looking kick, and he will find... Oh, Reed's dropped it. Should have taken the mark. And Berry, a good tackle. It's a bit of a let-off there for the Lions. Really nicely well worked there from the Suns. And that's why you got to tag Noah Anderson. Beautiful kick. Hey, Smith, hopefully going well, mate. Welcome to the stream. Oh, man, Ethan Reed, though, should be marking there. Anyway, Wilmot's pressured here just to get a quick kick away. And he's going to get an arm chop free there. And they'll quickly go off the advantage. 𝐼𝐿 towards the wing to find Oscar McInerney. He uses the hands here to 𝐼𝐿 Ashcroft. Over the top to his brother. No, sorry, that's Will to 𝐼𝐿 Ashcroft, I should say. Lohman started really well. He having a good presence early on. Maybe the buzz count has changed his demeanour, as he was disappointing last week. Fletcher inboard to McInerney. Nice hands here from the Lions. Berry pokes a kick here to the pocket. 1-on-1. McAndrew and 𝐼𝐿 𝐎𝐿 brings it down here to 𝐼𝐿 𝐿. Tries to play for the high. Gives it back to 𝐎𝐿. Oh, he's tried to nutmeg Poddy Elam with those hand passes. A bit inaccurate. Rao spinning in the tackle. Turnover. 𝐼𝐿 snapping shot. And it's a free kick here to Gold Coast. It's going to be a high free to Rao. Mark, hopefully going well, mates. Val definitely having quite a decent start here. Showing some presence on the inside as we'll get the kick down the line here. No one can take the mark, and crushing through here is Ethan Reed. Deep kick to a 1-on-1. Ben Long, does he have to sit here against 𝐼𝙗𝐿𝐴𝐵? He keeps his feet while 𝐼𝙗𝐿𝐴𝐵 doesn't. Long now for goal. Oh, he had a bit of time there to goal. Probably should have. Last few scoring shots here for the Suns. They've had a few gettable chances go astray. Drop marks, missed shots. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 now, it's a beautiful kick. He's been doing that all year. Kicks into space here for Marshall. Ball should sit for a minute, does. Now on the run. He does find 𝐼𝙗𝐿𝐴𝐵 on a short lead. He's got a corridor here. Panics of space, 𝐸𝐶𝐞. No, it's Berry, excuse me. He darts a nice kick, and that's hit the deck again for Logan Morris. Has to get his feet. He does. Well defended from Flanders, getting there just in time. Weller under the pump here of Lohmann. Both go to ground. And it's a boundary throw in here. 2:41 to play in this first term. Oh, it's been a good start. Really fast game of football here. From both sides, moving end to end well. So ball up here. Anderson grabs it out of the ruck. Oh no, sorry, grabs it out of the hit out and tackled instantly. Rouse spinning his way. He could be in trouble here. No, umpire's ball it is. Oh, umpire almost tripped over. Ashcroft, clean hands to Jasper Fletcher. A snapping shot at goal. It's going to go short here. And Morris, oh, he should have taken the mark. And umpire's ball it is. He had a good fair chunk of that chest mark. Just couldn't hold in the whole thing. Oh, yep, the late fumble there. Another ball up here in the lines. Forward 50. Rayner keeps his feet. Barges his way through. Jarks a kick forward, but it's across the face. Another minus score. It's been a while since we've had a goal. Points. Plenty of consecutive points from both sides here. The last 10 minutes or so. Stan Rioli to kick it in here. Goes now down the line towards the direction of Ben King against Andrews. And oh, what a pluck from Harris Andrews. Superb. Now goes back inside 50. Brisbane reloading here. Rayner can fly. Should have taken the mark. Ball still to be won here at ground level. 𝐼𝙗𝐿𝐴𝐵 just gets the hand pass out. Collins a good intercept and clears back. Bit of aerial ping pong here at the minute. And Darcy Ford, is that a mark? No, it isn't. Quickly hand passes. It's inaccurate. Ben Long crushing through. And should be umpire's ball. And it is. 90 seconds to go here till quarter time. 3 goals 5 plays 3 goals 3. Anderson just gets the kick away. Ineffective though. Berry picks it off. Back here to 𝐸𝐿𝐴𝐵. Just gets the kick forward. Under pressure. High towards the wing. 𝐬𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐵 gets the spoil in. Weller mops it up nicely to Fiorini. Out here to Bodie Euland. Didn't have much time on that kick, and he's going to get a free here. Is it going to be downfield? Yes, it is. Farah can hit a short kick over the top, and he does find, I think, Connor Butterick. No, it's Ben Ainsworth. So this would be handy if we can slot this. The Suns have been, sort of hanging in there, just absorbing these defensive inside 50s against the Lions. And could they maybe go end-to-end here? Ainsworth marks and chance to kick a goal here. It's going to be a tricky one from quite an angle. Ben Ainsworth, high draft pick from all those years ago, but he's missed. Back to a 1-point game. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, lads. This has been a really good start to this game. High intensity from both sides. Leicester now from the kick in. All right, 25 seconds to go. Lions definitely have the ability to go end-to-end quick. And now they've got a bit of space here. Josh Dunkley can use Berry as the hands, and he does. Deep now towards half forward. Collins a good push out, and this one will just go out. 10 seconds here. Stoppage just outside Brisbane's forward 50. Which now gets the head out, panels it Backwards here to Rioli. And okay, he's put out the full here now. Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to get a goal out of this. Maybe if it was 10 metres more, then... Okay, well now, it's not impossible. It's just going to have to be a mighty good kick. I mean, the man of the mark's pretty much on the 50-metre arc. It's one of the more tougher shots in footy. Let's see if he can get a goal here. Is he gonna go a barrel? It's not a bad effort. Will that count as a score? Not a bad crack. I think I'll score review this one. But anyways, Brisbane will head into quarter time with a minor lead. It's no score. Actually, no, sorry, they're score reviewing it. Soft call is no score. Looks like it hit the post. It's the post though, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess sort of time expired anyway. So, anyways, no score it is. Quarter time. Brisbane by a single point. 3 goals 5 plays 3 goals 4. It's been a great start to this game. Suns have definitely come to play. They've moved the ball nicely and have caught out Brisbane a bit with their run and gun style, slingshot footy. They just caught out Brisbane's defence a bit, but yeah, Lions are starting to get the game on their terms the last 10 minutes. No doubt, I'm sure that they'd be winning the contested footy battle as we take a look. Yep, winning the clearances by 6, contested footy by 9. So, yeah, no, they're winning this midfield battle early on a bit. Their pressure's been really good too. Having a look at the tackles, 5-1 tackles inside 50, 22 tackles to 7. So, yeah, it's really been what the Suns have sort of been able to do on the outside. You've had players like Joel Jeffrey and Nowood, etc. running through those handball receives. And they've been able to catch out Brisbane's defence a bit that way. But, yeah, no, Brisbane... down the game, in control. +5 inside 50s, +6 clearances, +9 contested footy. I mean, it's no surprise, really. Brisbane, one of the best teams in the competition on, time and forward half, and one of the best teams on being able to lock it in the front half. So it's really, can they capitalise? And 3 goals 5, they could be a little bit better with the conversion. It's really what's cost them a handful of games this season. No doubt their biggest Achilles heel. Looking at some of the individual play stats, have to go well. Alex, welcome, mates. Dunkley started well here. 6 tackles, ready in a quarter and 7 touches. Highest disposal getter is 𝐓𝐿 with 8, who's been, pretty good early on here. 𝐵𝐷𝐿, actually game high for score involvements with 4. Rayner with 3. Morris, McInerney, King, Dunkley. Quite a few players with 3. Contested possession leaders 𝐓𝐿 and Dunkley, both with 5. Tackles inside 52 to Dunkley, so he's really been doing it all. Noble, so yeah, there you go. 3 inside 50s, the halfback flanker, Ethan Reid with 2. Contested marks, 2 for Ben King. Both those have been in the forward 50. So, close game got here. It's been back and forth. And yeah, very true, Wollongong. A good tight game indeed. I'll tell you what, the Swannies women's side earlier today had a poor loss against the Pies. 4-0 to start the season, but sort of expected to eventually drop a game, but just didn't turn up. Yeah, it has been a really good game so far, Alex. Back and forth. Pretty fast game of footy too. Kyle Lohmann's also been one that's really impressed me so far. He's really shown a presence early on. 2 tackles, 4 touches, but he's bouncing around the packs, getting involved. Andrews has had a pretty flawless first term as well, a few in his possessions. Obviously has moved on to Ben King to stem Queller's influence a wee bit. Barry, 7 touches, probably been one of their best midfielders. I mean, it's collectively been plenty of midfielders for Brisbane getting involved early on here. As for Gold Coast's Anderson, I mean, that goal was quality. How good was that? Running and bursting his way through. He's been dangerous himself. 8 touches early on. Noble providing the run. So is Joel Jeffrey too. 203 metres game for Jeffrey. 250 for John Noble. Dan Rioli just with 91 though. McAndrew, a few intercept possessions. Rao, just the 5 touches and 1 clearance. But, yeah, a few of those possessions he's been able to burst his way through and stand up in tackles. Yeah, you'd think so, 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐴. They don't want to get complacent. It was fantastic last week, but yeah, you know, the Suns are you know, from how they played last week and so far, they're definitely looking like a finals quality side with how they're playing, and obviously the Lions do have plenty of finals experience, and should they win tonight, definitely want to bounce back with a poor outing on the G last week. Thank you, Matthews. The experts' comments for this game tonight. So as we said on the tipping, very contested game. Midfield battle would be pretty much a telling tale for this one. A real key factor in the game, and Brisbane have started well with their midfield group. Lions are 7-4 at the Gabba, yeah, and that's a thing. They're usually a lot better at the Gabba. It's sort of like, you know, the Cats of the country. They rarely lose, whilst they've dropped a few gettable games this year, Brisbane there. Reckon Lions by 34, says Vincent. Yeah, though they've played, they look pretty sharp. I mean, so have the Suns, to be fair, but yeah, they could be up by a bit more at quarter time. And to be fair, the Suns could, in their own right, be in the lead as well. They've had a few gettable chances. Long could have dribbled that one through. Ethan Reid directly in front, dropped the mark. Anyway, it's been a good start to this game. 1 point the margin in favour of the home team. First QClash in finals history, and it hasn't disappointed so far. Underway for the second term. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 and fought to do. Buttles on the ruck. Bailey in this centre bounces. It's toe poke forward here from, I think that was Anderson. Humphrey, quite so far. Obviously, really broke the game open in that second term for the Suns last week, and then went over Freo. Quick inside 50 here. Long does well to win the contest or halve it, but couldn't bring it down for a teammate. Ball to be won here. Powell, good little fake. Breaks a tackle. Now under the pump here. Goes inboard. Just gets the hand pass away. Ashcroft, clean hands. Now, this is what I've really loved about Levi Ashcroft. These quick hands in traffic. How good was that? Charlie Cameron now out here to Jared Berry. Just holds it up. Uses the running man here of 𝐵𝐴𝐿𝐴 Fletcher. And hits the 45 to Charlie Cameron. Berry working hard as an option. Doesn't want to go to him. He'll go back inboard. It's a shocking kick. How lazy is that? Christ, is he Chad Warner? That's a Chad Warner type kick there, ladies and gentlemen. And now should find 𝐴𝐿𝐴 off the turnover, and he does. Holds the mark. Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't really look dewy out there. It's just, yeah, been a few skill errors. Yeah, geez, I saw that, Adam. That was not really pleasant viewing. A nasty twist at the knee. And King can't take the mark. That would have been a good pack mark. 𝐼𝐶 able to find an avenue of Fletcher, 𝐴𝐿𝐴. To McCluggage, spin move, classy, and wants to go inboard with a kick, but pressured, turnover, but they will retain possessions. Back and forth here, who can be cleaner? Davies, misplaced hand pass. Rayner will be pinned. No. Luckily, he did get a high free, and 𝐴𝐿𝐴 will take the advantage, and now they could be out here, the Lions. Charlie Cameron will hit a nice looking target to Logan Morris. That's beautiful footy. Is Rayner copping away? He might be. I still can't believe he did that last week. Telling the fans to calm down, and but you know, I think I said it last week. There is definitely contingency from the media, but you know, players like Jack Ginnivan, and not necessarily Ginnivan, but players that give it to the crowd a bit, show a bit of character, and they get praised for it. They say, "Oh, it's a good thing for footy," you know, showing a bit of character, but you can't always do it when you're winning. Like, there's going to be players doing it when you know, it's against the grain, and sometimes it doesn't pay off. So I don't know if respect's the kind of word, but I say good for him. Anyway, good kick there from Morrissey's goal. And they gets the second term here, the Lions out to 7 points. Four goals, 5 plays, 3 goals, 4. But it was pretty funny, though. You know, they show the replays of, like, the Cats fans not happy. I mean, to be honest, any supporter base wouldn't be happy if Cam Rayner did it to the opposition fans. I mean, how good is he now, to be honest, 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐴? He's almost kicked 50 goals for the year. That's pretty outstanding. He really burst onto the scene last year too. Whilst Lions were sort of in that period where they blooded a bit of youth and eventually got the ball rolling again. Ball back in the middle here. Noah Anderson gives a hands in board here to Matt Rowell and Dunkley. A good tackle. And he'll get a high free here, Matt Rowell. And now we'll shift the ball across here to Dan Rioli. So now, what can he provide here? Bit of pace. And the kick inside 50 towards a pack. Ben King overhead. Andrews a good spoil. And ball in here. But yeah, you can start to see Andrews really starting to at least have a few more contests than what Gardner was early on. An important spoil there against Ben King. Had 2 early contested marks inside the forward 50 in that first term. And Matt Rowell, another free here in his favour. He's going to go for goal here potentially. He's been a pretty good kick of the footy this season, Matt Rowell. I mean, some of his goals on the run and in open play has been fantastic. So let's see if he can goal here. Matty Rowell, how much grass did he have pre-game? What a season he's had, Matt Rowell. Can he goal here? Oh, he's absolutely drilled it. I tell you what did I say? He's been a pretty diligent goal kicker this season. Not many goals, but when he gets the opportunity, he can slot him. And an important goal there for the Suns just to get a bit of a settler. Plenty of Suns fans in that cheer squad too. And the interview with his mum was pretty good as well last week. She's up and about. Yeah, a bit of a jumper grab there. Yeah, a bit of that twist as well. Dunkley can't believe it. Good goal from Matty Rowell. Back to a point, the margin. Goal apiece for either side. Bailey tackled instantly here from Powell. Another ball up here. 𝐓𝐴𝐥𝐝 now. Tackled instantly. It's going to be another ball up here. 7 tackles for Dunkley, leading all players on the field. John Noble, meters high, game high. Meters gain lead, I should say, with 250. Rowell bursts his way through, gets a clearance. 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐻, though, one-on-one, does the job here against Humphrey. Just gets the hands away, not effective. But crushing through is Gardner. Offloads it to 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐻. Can he break the tackle of Powell? He can't. And yeah, just pretty much easily tackled, to be honest. So a fair call for a ball up there. Yeah, no, I think so, 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐻. It's looking pretty even so far. Berry now gets the clearance. Inside 50, McAndrew reads it beautifully well. And the pink boots back here to Buddy Ewland. Ain't no way they played Golden at quarter time. Not sure what you mean, Stealth, mate. Is it a song or something? Is it a TikTok song or some crap? Anyway, front on here to 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐻. Who think's going to win, pal? Oh, Nathan, you're the Irish fella. I might be wrong, but you're that Irish lad. I think I remember your profile picture from a little while ago when you were on the streams in the past. If you are, hopefully going well, mate. Yeah, could go either way. Yeah, no, hopefully going well, man. Yeah, sort of, that profile picture. Like, oh, geez, you look familiar. So, no, hope things are going well, man. Good to see you back in here. Anyway, Ashcroft back here to Jared Berry. Wobbly kick, and this one will be ball inside Brisbane's forward 50. Yeah, no worries, mate. Good to hear. Draw will be interesting. To be fair, I was sort of cheering on a draw last week, Scott. It really could have happened if I think it was Brendan Cox that gave away the free. Dunkley, quick hands, just couldn't get it to Logan Morris. Yeah, no, he's sort of one of those players that are very hard to tackle, 𝐸𝐴𝐴𝐵, and he's always a player that we struggle to tackle as well. Whenever the Swans whenever we play Brisbane. Another forward 50 stoppage here. Ashcroft, a quick kick. Is it home? Oh, classy stuff for Will Ashcroft. He's gold. And a goal back to Brisbane. Goal for goal here in the second term. Back out to 7 points. And there's the old man. Doesn't look too pleased. Jeez, where is he bloody sit? Where's he standing? Is he standing on the roof or something? Cross. He looks pretty high up. Yeah, how about that? I mean, that's what Ashcroft does so well. He's alert, he's quick with his disposal, and a pretty good goal there. Caleb did well there. Getting that hit out. So, goal here to Brisbane. They're out to a 7-point margin. 11 goals, 11 this season for the young star. Ball back in the middle here. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 gets the hit out only as far as Ashcroft to Dunkley. Headed to Berry, who started really well, Jared Berry. And back here to Dunkley. Can now measure a kick here in the space of Lohmann. He has to sit overhead, can't take it. Powell did well. Crushing through there was 𝐸𝐴𝐵. And now Cam Rayner. That's a bad decision there. Could have centred, but tried to go for the snap out in the full. Rioli will go across here to find Joel Jeffrey. And over the top now to John Noble. And that's sort of what we saw early in the first quarter. The running from the Suns. Jeffrey provided the handball received. Goes inboard now to 𝐸𝐴𝐴𝐵. He is an option again over the top. Jeffrey provided a good option. Now back here to Bodie Uland. And he's going to go a deep kick here. Now, does he hold here, Andrew, against Morris? He can't quite. Rayner crushing through. There it is again. Hard play to tackle. Cam Rayner keeps his feet. And he's going to go deep here. Collins against Bailey. That should be a push in the back. And it's actually going to roll through. Wow. So no free there. I thought it may have been a free there, but what a goal from Cam Rayner. It was a risky kick from Uland. You could tell as soon as he was winding up to go for a long switch, it's like, I don't know about this. Morris did well to halve the contest, and I mean, Rayner came through. You sort of, 𝐸𝐴𝐵𝐵, mate, you sort of said the comment a few minutes early. Rayner is a bull. Well, that perfectly epitomises right there that he is a bull. And he's kicked up from the centre circle. That is unbelievable. I mean, obviously not on the full, but I mean, obviously Bailey did it, I guess, legally to push out Collins there. Yeah, well done from Rayner. 100-metre goal. Chad Warner, 2022-esque right there. Goal of the year. Yeah, geez, I'll tell you what, I don't know if many people have seen the goal and the mark of the year nominees, the final three. They don't really look that amazing. I mean, the marks of the year, it's like, Christ. They're solid marks, but nothing special. Like, Ben King's one against the Blues didn't even make it. Like, it's just like, bloody hell. Anyway, power around his body, but read very nicely there from Ryan Lester. So, yeah, Lions, really since halfway through the first term of really getting the game into their control. That's a risky kick. Starcevich overhead, reads it very nicely though, and he can jag a kick inboard. He can't quite find Zach Bailey. Back the other way now. Anderson to his mate Rowell and back header Anderson. Now, can they get a bit of bounce here from half back the Suns? Humphrey to Ainsworth to, I think that's Dan Rioli, and he now pins the ears. Kick was smothered, or partially smothered. King can't be fumbling there as Butterick applies a good tackle. Umpire's ball. Yeah, it would be handy for them, 𝐴𝐿𝐴. Swallow the sub. Six to 2 tackles inside 50. I think it was 5-1 at quarter time in favour of Brisbane. Rowell, nice gather, keeps his feet, spins around, just gets the hand pass away. Lohmann's been doing that really well so far, just applying some good pressure. Did well there on Fiorini. Wins a stoppage for his team. Hopefully going well, Cam. It's been a while since you've been here, mate. Hopefully going well. Not going for either team, Joe, mate. Just want a good close game. I sort of hope the Suns maybe get the next, to be honest. Spored forward from Andrews. Ball to be won here. Butterick fumbles, and 𝐓𝐴𝐿𝐴 clean back the other way here to Kyle Lohmann. Can use the hands here, and now he's left his man. I think that was Powell, and now they can sort of get it over the top. Good closed-in pressure here from the Suns, and they will win the ball back here. Dan Rioli in board here to Fiorini, who's not preferred. High ball, well up, King overhead, can't take it. And a good tackle there from Humphrey, unlucky not to get hold on the ball. Good hands from Farrow. Butterick, nicely done to Flanders. Snapping shot, and he's got it. It's a nicely well-worked goal there from the Suns. And a bit of a response there. It's good pressure there from Gold Coast to lock it in. Win the ball back. That's why they've been fantastic this season. And Flanders, a nice quick goal. And, sorry, did I... Didn't press the button hard enough. There we go. There's the goal. Back to 7 points. So, good response from Gold Coast. Ashcroft, centre clearance is smothered. And Anderson goes in again. Stripped of it. 𝐓𝐿𝐴 holding the ball it is. And will they go advantage? Oh, they were out. Wow, I mean, they're a bit unlucky there. It's a good tackle from Ashcroft to win the ball back. So in midfield, we'll now go inside 50 here. In front was Gallup. Collins tackled well, umpire's ball. Insane goal. I'm not feeling too good myself though. You're a Sun supporter or something, Max? It was much needed for the Suns, but yeah, just hanging in there. Need to get a bit of ascendancy in the middle. Looking pretty tough on the inside of the lines. Good hands to Anderson. Has to sort of cut his way in between a few. And just pumps a hand pass forward, but picked off nicely here from Wilmot, crushing back the other way. A deep entry here. Does it fall to 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴? And it does. And 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴 can go back and kick a second here. Not just feeling odd. Like, what do you mean by that? Like physical sickness or something? Hopefully you'll feel better soon, mate. The old Rolls Macastream is what ails you, mate. So, no, hopefully you feel better soon. Hopefully going well, 𝐵𝐷arcy. Welcome back, mates. Good to be back, Rolls. Let's get into this. Yeah, no, I don't know if you've been watching the game. If you just tuned in, mate. No, it's been a good game so far. 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐴, though, puts out in the full. Just a neutral 𝐵𝐿𝐴, mate. As I always say, if it's not the Swans, I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, not in a derogatory way. It's just I don't really mind who wins. Because I go for the Swans, you see, because they're my favourite team. You catch my drift? But I guess people sort of cheer on teams and stuff. But I mean, I always have a little preference for the non-Victorian teams, given it's more difficult, and we've got to stick up for each other as Sydney supporters and Brisbane supporters and stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, as I say, may the best team win. I think I'm on Kelly, mate. Welcome from Singapore. Go Queensland, no, yeah. Though we sort of wish Gold Coast and Brisbane would be in different brackets, so they could maybe play in a grand final, but a semi-final's pretty special though. Very first All Queensland final, of course. Picked off nicely from Collins, and now they can get a bit of drive here. The Suns through Flanders, Joel Jeffrey an option, and now 𝐼𝐶. Okay, they got a bit of space here for the handball receive. Powell to Ainsworth. He can give it back here, and he does to Powell, but he's run into a bit of a roadblock here. Has to go back inside. That wasn't a tackle, but he was stripped anyway, so turnover regardless for Brisbane. Nice hands from 𝐓𝐶𝐞. 𝐼𝐶 can take a bounce. Who has he got? He's going to head it short, and a good slips cut. That's surely a mark for 𝐵𝐵𝐿𝐼𝐶, and it is. He was able to sort of keep it afloat, and he gives it to 𝐓𝐶𝐞. Quick kick over the top, and it should work here. 𝐼𝐗𝐿, oh, how about that for a defensive act? Ball in. That was pretty clever from 𝐼𝐗𝐿. Yeah, that's really well done from 𝐵𝐵𝐿𝐼𝐶. Sort of just squeezed it in between his legs. Yeah, no, that was just really well defended from 𝐼𝐗𝐿, though. Back with the flights. Anyway, 4:50 stoppage here for Brisbane. Ashcroft, another quick kick. It's high. Don't think this will be 15. Ball to be one error again. Rayner. That's a good tackle from Powell. On buzz ball. For going well, Dunk, welcome, mates. I'm a Fred fan. It's been geez, it was heartbreaking, no doubt, last week. That's a rough one to cop because you're sort of at the losing end of, I guess, everyone's sort of wanting to see them get their first final. It's sort of rough to be on the receiving end of that. I mean, I'll sort of talk from experience that given as a Sydney supporter, we did lose against the Dogs in the 2016 grand final, where it was sort of like the Swans against the world. But yeah, no, I mean, it was disappointing, no doubt, for the Dockers. But yeah, very, very good second half of the season, though. It felt like they certainly improved on last year, at least. Got back into finals, but without the game pan out, they should have won, really. I mean, 10 minutes to go, that final quarter, rushing with momentum, probably should have run over the top of them. But anyways, it's past us now, I guess. Bailey now, Ashcroft, always capable of a special kick, but another ball in here. 𝐓𝐶𝐞 gives me strange vibes off the field, I have to say. Yeah, no, he's had some off-the-field issues and stuff before, but he is a quality player, no doubt. Big O out of the ruck. Oh, he's missed. He's missed. What do you think of the Collingwood Adelaide match? Oh, that was last week now, wasn't it? Yeah, no, Pie's pretty super. It goes to show that finals experience can take you a long way. That's a bad kick from Noble. Turn now over here. Ashcroft, intercept marks. Could probably go back for goal here. Make the potentially 7-point play for Brisbane. Well, Ashcroft, can he get his second of the game? It's a beautiful kick. Does it have the leg? It sure does. He's really now starting to get on top of this final. Will Ashcroft, let's see his numbers. Wow. 14 touches, 2 goals, 5 clearances, 11 contested as well. He's having a good game. What's your thoughts on football generally? Swannies flag next year. No, I'm only joking. I'll stop with the laughable takes. Yeah, no, I mean, Noble's always capable of a few bad kicks here and there. It's about turnover and it's cost them the goal. 7-point plays, they say. Suns doing well. Hey, yeah. They're just not really getting much ascendancy in the game. Oh, damn, a flip of the pen. He's not happy. Bad goal to give away, though. They're really lacking a bit of good use and drive. They're sort of doing well to get out of their back half, but then they sort of run into a few roadblocks and Brisbane bring in some good pressure and they sort of hesitate themselves and cough it up. Rowell, a good tackle. It's going to be holding the ball. Oh, we almost got ducked there, Rowell. Crows would think Aussie rules has played 100 years before. Yeah, no, there's been some good videos on YouTube sort of talking about the history of the kicking and how it used to be torpedoes as the main kick. Fiorini kick was smothered. Tap here from Noble. Flanders back over to Noble. And, oh, geez, he's had 2 mares in a row here. Out the fill. Yeah, I find it hard to drop focus on the on-field issues, which I should, but I think there has been some really horrible off-field stuff you just can't ignore. Really horrible. Yeah, no, there's also been stuff that maybe we don't know. You know, there's been a bit of noise around Tanner Bruin this season as well, with some dramas that have happened with him that haven't been publicised by the media yet, because I think legally they're not allowed to. So yeah, there's always those rumours too, the bullshit rumours that occur as well. Lions do well to shift it quick here end to end. Oscar McInerney brings it down to Cameron, fumble. Collins did really well to crash back the other way, gets a clearing kick, and finds a much needed option here. And now the Suns work the quick hands here to Fiorini. Back here now to Ben King. So this is where they've sort of been stuck a bit, the Suns. They do well to rebound out of the back 50, but then they're sort of a bit hesitant and seem to turn over the ball from these sort of kicks. But anyway, drop mark here. Ainsworth mops it up nicely. Inboard, yep, so there you go. It's just a bad hand pass. Rayner chops it up to Andrews. Back here to Ashcroft, and now he's out in the open. He takes a bounce. He's really now starting to have a game here, Ashcroft. Out here to the big O. Inside 50. Can he find Lohman? He does, and he can play on here. He can measure. He can jag it through, and he does. The line's really now starting, as I like to say, the most important thing in football in the end, put on a bit of scoreboard pressure. And no, I tell you what, shaved head Lohman, he's looking like a different beast. I mean, he's a quality player, no doubt. But yeah, geez, he means business. He's shown some good pressure out there, and now deservedly has a goal to his name. His first. 6 touches, 4 tackles. And it's a few unanswered goals here now for the Lions. How many in a row? 1, 2. It's 2 unanswered goals, but in the end, it's a 4-goal to 2 quarter in favour of. No, 5-goal to 2 quarter in favour of the Lions. So really starting to run away with it a bit now. 20 points the margin. DM me if you'd like to know more. You know a few things, do you, mate? There was even one with Rosie, like I did say. Apparently, like 𝐓𝐡𝐞 slept with his missus or something. But it wasn't obviously true. Tom Morris did actually message the person who broke the rumours or something just to confirm, and it wasn't true. Anyway, bad bounce from the umpire. It's been a while since there's been a shit bounce from the umpy. Can't think of one yet this final series. Zorko now. Kick was smothered. Lever Ashcroft in there. But getting quite a bit of centre bounce. Tom Lever Ashcroft with the ups of Neil since he has gone down in a bit tonight. Marshall taking a good tackle from Miller. It's been pretty quiet too. Should be another ball up here unless it spits out and does. Wits been seeing plenty of smothers from these Brisbane defenders as well. They're looking alert. Anyway, and pass out in the space here. Flanders. Bees run a honeypot here from the Lions players as now 𝐬𝐿 goes inside 50. Should be markable here for Long. Well defender from 𝘲𝐶𝐵𝐿. 𝐴𝐿𝐶, quick hands. Bouncing hand pass to Bailey. Back here to 𝘲𝐶𝐵𝐿. And does get a clearing kick forward here. Who can fly? Wits back with a flight. Can't take it. Flanders tackled from 𝐶𝐿𝐶. Umpire's ball. Yeah, no, their midfield. And also their pressure's been really impressive, Brisbane. It feels like every time the Suns are getting possession, yeah, they're just met by 3 or 4 players around them. Yeah, they've really made it hard work for the Suns to move it efficiently. And now Flanders can jag a kick over the top, but it's a 50-50 ball, and 𝐴𝐿𝐶 bounces off his noggin. 𝘲𝐶𝐵𝐿 leaves his man and does well to win the contest at ground level. Hand passes now to Marshall. Could go in board, and he does great running from 𝘲𝐶𝐵𝐿. Gives it to 𝐶𝐿𝐶. He can go over the top here to Dunkley. Gives it back here to 𝐶𝐿𝐶. One over the top here to Bailey. Does he go for another here? And he probably will be pinned here for holding the ball, and it is. Well done there from the Suns defence. 𝐴𝐿𝐶 Miller on the end of that. Probably a bit too many hand passes there. And just finds Rel. No, he can't get the mark. Rioli, bit of a fumble. Crash back the other way. Dunkley to 𝐴𝐿𝐶. And inside 50, Zach Bailey can't quite hold as he's pushed over the line here, Sam Collins. Wouldn't be surprised if Zach Merritt's caught up in something. I'm not just saying that as a Don supporter. Yeah, geez. Feels strange saying it, to be honest. Merritt's always been that really loyal type, and he's said in the past he wants to stay and he's excited about the future and stuff. But there's that other side of it where you think, well, you don't blame him in a way because he's probably got 4 or 5 years left in him. And like he could really benefit off some success because he's been a quality and consistent player his whole career, really. But, well, it's definitely divided the Dons fan base. There's certainly that contingency that say sort of good on him. If he wants to move on, fair enough. But there's also the ones that would probably be like, oh, I'm going to boo the living crap out of him if he would leave. And some fans probably saying should be stripped of the captaincy, like, captain meeting with clubs and stuff. Yeah, it's looking a bit messy at the minute for the Dons. But look, I think having a fit list starting next year will take him a long way. Of some optimism for next year. Anyway, inside 50 here for the Lions. Rao picks it off, and now Dan Rioli can chip a kick and find Connor Butterick. And just inboard here to Flanders, crushing his way through, takes a bounce. Suns, what can they do here? Oh, they see, this is what I mean. They're just so hesitant. Flanders, he almost fumbled there, Flanders. Now 𝐓𝐶 𝐎𝐥𝐼 just deep inside 50 to an outnumbered contest. Clever tap from Long. Anderson here to Jai Farah. And it's a good kick to Noble, and he has a leg here for goal, you'd think. And that's what has been lacking this quarter. Bit of composure there finally from Gold Coast and Noble. Well, he owes them here after a few shocking moments in their second term. Getting a goal here. John Noble, the kick of the footy. Can he goal here? Kicks on its way, but it does not have the accuracy. It's a minor score. 5 goals, 5.35. 8 goals, 6.54. Adelaide, first team. Yeah, did serve that last night since the 80s or something in like 40 years. That's pretty rough. But, as we did say, I think in the tipping video, like first versus 8 doesn't feel like that. Like Hawks won, went away from 4th, so it's been a logjam in this top 8 pretty much all season. And in the end, not really surprised. There's been a team go out in straight sets. We sort of saw the clues as well early on, with their performances against North and the Crows, where their midfield just wasn't good enough. And come finals time, that was the case again. Fletcher now to Wilmot. Finds Jared Berry on the wing. Oh, that's a bad... Oh, it's Noble again. He is having a shocking quarter of footy. He's given away 50 now. Could this cost them another goal? Probably out of scoring range here, Berry. Yeah, no, he won't have the distance, but right in the launch zone, as they say. A prime position to kick going inside 50. And he'll drop this one short. A flat kick. Good row from Lohman. Bailey should goal, and he does. Bit too easy there for the Lions. Lohman having a game. Out to 25 points. Yeah, I think a year or two, I think they did Wollongabba. Bailey, I think that's his first goal of the game. Yes, it is. Just the 7 touches for him, All-Australian this season. And he's gold. Yeah, I mean, really, since halfway through the first term, Brisbane are really getting control in this game. Territory, contested footy, and a few of those forwards win the contest. I mean, again, Lohman's been huge. He's really having a game. Just 7 touches, but he's been really, really influential off the ball and with ball in hand. Gets the goal assist there. And they're up and about. Oh, geez, not the hay, baby. Oof. Third quarter, MCG last year grand final. Ugh. Starting to ring around the MCG. Oh, man. Good thing I have my noise cancelling headphones. I just put them on and started listening to the radio coverage. It was a bit better. Oh, man, that was pretty rough. Butterick, probably ball there. not going to be paid. And good pressure there again for Brisbane. Let's see the tackle numbers, because it was pretty one-sided at quarter time. I assume it'd be fairly one-sided. No, it's even up 33-30, which still has been impressive. Brisbane's pressure, no doubt. 𝐓𝐴𝐥𝐝 extracts it well here to 𝐹letcher. And ball in here. Anyway, stoppage here. Centre wing. Well done there from Marshall to 𝐓𝐴𝐥𝐝. Really influential this half. Hugh 𝐓𝐴𝐥𝐝 fought inside 50. Brings it down here. Morris to Lohman. Hunts well. Ewland stands up tall. Another loop for the first half. Jeez, I keep on showing Marcus Ashcroft. He's just standing there without a seat. 25 points in favour of Brisbane. Yeah, the early signs were there, to be honest. They finished off the first quarter well, and yeah, now I've been able to put it on the scoreboard. In the end, let's actually have a look at what the scoreworm was for that second quarter. It was a 6-goal one. There you go. Brisbane are accurate, where that's been their issue this season. 6-goal one to a 2-goal one quarter in favour of the Lions. So, yeah, no, they've really put the scoreboard pressure on the Suns. Yeah, they're just hanging in there, Gold Coast, but have really dropped away with their disposal going forward. I think it's sort of been at the expense of Brisbane's really good pressure. They've been able to get it out of the back 50, rebound, get a bit of pace on it, but then they sort of hesitate and sort of run into a few roadblocks. So, yeah, Andrews has switched onto Ben King's been a really good one. He was barely an influence in that second quarter, Ben King. But, Humphrey, Ben Long, a few of those important forwards for them to really break the game open and break the lines have been quiet. So they probably need a bit more from the forwards, but sort of in a way they can't be blamed too much because their entries haven't been too great. Gold Coast, to be honest, Andrews, he's had a few mares this season, Paul, but basically was the key reason for them going through last week, kicking the goal. Are the Suns usually this bad? No, they've been a good team this season. I mean, obviously they've had a few bad performances, like really any team, even finals contenders. But they're just hanging in there a little bit. I think there's been quite a bit of a gulf in class, though. Brisbane have been using it really nicely in tight and getting the ball from inside to out, and a lot better going forward inside 52. But midfield needs to lift, though. I think Rao's having a bit of a like Rao, Anderson there. To be fair, they're actually doing all right to win a bit of football, but I think still collectively as a midfield, Brisbane are getting on top a bit more. Let's actually have a look at the clearances and contested footy. Yeah, plus 12 for Brisbane, plus 7 clearances, just that tinge bit better. Yeah, 12 possessions for Rao, 6 tackles, 4 clearances. Anderson 14. But yeah, 𝐓𝐴𝐥𝐝, I mean, I think we all really predicted this, to be honest. Gold Coast don't tag, so we were really all expecting for a bounce-back performance. 21 touches, 5 clearances. But then also, Ashcroft's been one of their best midfielders. Dunkley, 11 tackles. He's been pretty tough on the inside as well. Mark Nandrew needs to join a gym. I mean, yeah, that's sort of always the build he's going to be. He's always that pretty slim type. But yeah, definitely needs to put on, you think, a bit. Naturally will continue to put on a bit more size. So who needs the gym, though? Like McDonald, hopefully, he can keep fit and keep well. I did read the injury report. It came out for the Swans earlier this week. Justin McInerney, Logan McDonald, going to start the pre-season at the right time. They're not going to have any interruptions so far, so I'm pretty happy with that. Levi Ashcroft needs a new barber. Yeah, Prince Charming, eh? I saw midweek the Fox Footy did sort of like these novelty awards, and like there was a shortlist for the best hair, and Will Ashcroft didn't get in the shortlist, so wouldn't have been happy. But I tell you, guess who was in the shortlist though? Camden McIntosh. He doesn't even have bloody hair. He's fucking bald. How on earth is he having? How is he a nomination for the best hair? It's because he wears the headband, to be honest. Absolutely shocking. Anyways, lads, we're going to take a quick whiz. Be back in a sec. Let's actually have a quick look at what the footy grid is tonight. Now, the footy grid last night, gents, was an absolute beauty. We got a unique, got plenty of purples. It's a Gold Coast and Brisbane theme one, so we'll do that when I get back. But yeah, no, sort of how the game's going, expectation really. I think Brisbane just looking a bit more classy than the Suns going forward. Gold Coast, have been able to win out of the middle, and I think Anderson and Rowell getting their hands on it, but a few too many passengers like Butterick, Long, Humphrey being fairly quiet up forward for them. Small forwards are probably your most important players come finals too, and that's been the difference. Lohman, a bit of Archie's had his cameos as well. But also, their midfield's been able to get on the end of goals. McCluggage, just a few score involvements. Ashcroft, 2 goals. Yeah, also they're showing a bit of footage here on 𝐓𝐴. Yeah, he's been pretty good as well. Still think unlucky 𝐓𝐴 didn't make the All-Australian. He was in my team. Anyways, we'll be back in a sec, lads. Yeah, stay tuned. And yeah, we'll be back. Right, back, lads. So, if you just joined us, half time. 25 points in favour of Brisbane. Looking a class above, really, at the minute. But keen to see what the Suns can do. Can they wrestle back into this game? Alright, so, yeah. Anyways, let's do this footy grid. So, we've got Queensland themed, the Suns and the Lions. So, sorry. Just mute that. So, Gold Coast and Brisbane. 𝐓𝐶lash played in 10 or more 𝐓𝐶lash matches. Fucking hell, okay. And then Brisbane played at least one game for the Brisbane Lions, currently on their list. And then played in 2010's Rising Star nomination as well. I'll go Ryan Lester. Yes, bloody 10. Fucking hell. Really? Oh, God. I mean, what a start this is. Yeah, 10's quite a bit, eh? Now, 𝐓𝐶lash could be one. Because he did play for the Suns initially. There we go. Nice one there. Played in 2010s. 𝐓𝐶lash played in 10 plus. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, they play twice a year, so they really just had to, played for quite a while. I'll go Sam Day. Yeah, just take that 3%. It's a pretty sort of tricky one. 𝐼𝐵 teammate. How long did he play for? 𝐼𝐵 2019. Now, I think he got picked back up in 2019 and then play a game or something. So, I think, to be honest, I don't know if I'm right with that. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Maybe I'm thinking of Michael Barlow. I'm not sure. Anyways. Did Rory... I'm trying to bloody think of Rory Thompson play for... He's just a random player I thought of, and I'm thinking, wait, did he actually play for the Suns? Lions always play their best after loss, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we've said this quite a bit throughout the year, but they were pretty resilient this season. Yeah, I think he did play for the Suns. We'll go Rory Thompson. 0.8%. Gold Coast Rising Star nomination. Maybe Alex Davies. Sort of just a random player I thought of, youngster. I know he debuted against us, for example. Don't know if he's got a Rising Star nom though. I don't think he'd be old enough, to be honest. He's like 23 now. Maybe just 𝐼𝐵. 𝐼𝐵 didn't get a Rising Star nomination. You're joking. Oh, well, what a stuff up of a grid this is. Brisbane. I might as well just... Oh, we've already got with Archie. Jack Martin, maybe? 1%. Damn. Okay, Brisbane Rising Star nom. Might as well go for some maybe left of field guesses here. Daniel Rich. Played in 2010's Rising Star nomination. Benny Ronk. 0.8%. Brisbane 𝐼𝐵 teammates. When did he move over? I mean, maybe Tom Rockcliffe. Yep. Probably there for a season or two. Played in 2010's 𝐼𝐵 teammates. Liam Patrick. Hell yeah. All right, well, sort of stuffed it up a bit. Surprised. Who was the player who went here? Fucking a player tried to didn't get one. 𝐼𝐵. I could have sworn, like, how on earth did he not get a Rising Star nomination in his career? I mean, he made some 22 under 22 sides, so you'd think he'd probably make one, to be honest. Bit of a stitch up there. Anyways, 5 odd minutes until the second half is back underway. Actually, I was a light up one of those 𝐓𝐴 quizzes and just chew away a few minutes. See if we can do a quiz in like 5 minutes or something. We'll find one. Every time I light up 𝐓𝐴, because I've got an ad blocker, it tells me to bloody turn off the ad blocker. It's like, bloody piss off. Arsenal Nottingham Forest starts in half an hour, by the way. AFL 2025. Top 10 goal kickers by team. Maybe father-son could be a good one. How many is there? That's quite a bit. Active AFL players. Too many. Alright, players who have played all 23 games. This is a cool one. So 23 games. Slow this up. So players. Oh yeah. See, now I've got ads galore here. Players who have played all 23 games for the season. So I can maybe Neil Bullen, Worrell, Keane, Brisbane, Ash, Croft, Carlton, Cripps, 𝐓𝐡𝐞 Collingwood, Crisp, Daicos, Essendon. Geez, it's sort of tricky for Essendon given how many injuries they've had this year. I don't think Peter Wright was one. No, he was. Brackets 19. What does that mean to mean? He didn't play 23 games. Fremantle, Sarong, Brayshaw, Jackson, the Cats, Holmes, Wilson Humphreys, maybe Zach Guthrie, Gold Coast, Rowell, Anderson. I know Witts missed a game. Maybe Ben Ainsworth. The Giants, Cadman, Hawthorn, Newcomb, Battle, Brass, Melbourne, Gawn, Viney. Don't think Petrarca missed a game, nor did Oliver. North, Davies Uniac missed games. Sheasel. Park, I don't think missed games. Port Adelaide, maybe Drew. Richmond. Voss. That's how you say his name. St Kilda. Higgins. Sharman. Wilkie. Marshall. Swans. Heaney. Warner. Rowe. Bottom. Florence usually up there. Usually plays every game, but wasn't this season. McCartan, I think, did. Yes. I don't get why they have plays in brackets. Because then obviously they didn't play all their games. Bulldogs, there's quite a few here. English. Maybe Riley West. Bailey Williams. Kennedy would be one. Fraser could be one as well. He is. 𝐼𝐴, the Eagles. Could we think of one? Maybe Brady Hoff, 𝐵𝐵. Who would be the final one for the Eagles? We've done pretty well here to just shave away at each team. Maybe we can go back to the Saints here. I don't think Stocker. No, he did. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so they just... Righto, so they're just players. Okay, so they don't actually contribute to the grid. All right. Anyways, get back into the game. Underway for this third time. That's a pretty interesting grid. So those ones in the brackets don't actually count towards the grid. They just add below to give you some context. So I actually was incorrect with the number of them. Anyways, back into this game underway for the third term. As the Suns get the first inside 15. Bang, 𝐼𝐴 takes the mark. Suns need to get back in this game, get a bit of scoreboard pressure back on the home team. As 𝐵𝐴 takes a nice mark. And good stuff there from the centre bounce. The Suns 𝐓𝐶 inside 15. 𝐵𝐴's been a really underrated player overhead since he's come into the team. One of the few players in the comp that wears number 50 as well. Don't usually see many players wear the number 50. All else I can think of really is Marlon Pickett, who's now retired. Let's see if he can slot this through 𝐼𝐴. And he guides it, but does hit the goalpost. Directly a 4-goal game. Off the goal, 𝐴. Welcome, mates. 𝐶𝐞 quick from the kick in as he's done all season. That's a beautiful kick. I mean, this is why, like, how does he not make the All-Australian? He's been doing that all year. Beautiful kicking like that. Yeah, he has his mares, but every halfback does, I guess. So with that, bang, just threads the needle. 𝐸𝐶𝐞, and they're out here, Brisbane. Maybe not. It's a good tackle from 𝐵𝐴, but he offloads it to Ashcroft. A beautiful, composed kick to find Lohmann. And he can kick his third here. Gallant with a comical handlebar moustache. Yeah, there's always a few funny moments and stuff for the Gold Pies. There were, I don't know if it was a QClash, but I think it was a Gold Coast game, and I remember it was quite a while ago. Gold Pie got absolutely poleaxed. I think it was, I can't remember who the player was, but yeah, he just got crunched. Lohmann, and kicks the goal. He's got 3, Kyle Lohmann. As every footy pundit says on the media, could he be a finals wild card? I'm bloody sick of that word. But he gets it out to 30 points, game high margin, I think. Yeah, no, Lohmann's having a game. Yeah, see what happens, no channel. Suns maybe could have a period of dominance, but I've really, I've struggled to challenge Lions' defence enough. Apart from really throughout the first quarter, it was Lions' defence and their pressure really standing tall here. And yeah, it's a good kick from Ashcroft to find Lohmann. It's a good goal. So the celebration. Oh, he loves it. The shaved head. I reckon I should shave my head. So, margin now 30 points. 𝐓𝐶 now did well. Anderson just gets the kick away. But yeah, this is what we've seen. Like, the pressure's been great from Brisbane. They've sort of forced, Gold Coast into a few nothing kicks. Brisbane are able to turn over. Another ball up here. Nice spin move there from Anderson, and Humphrey whacks it inside 50. Chaos ball here who can win out. 𝐼𝐴 front position. Does well to get the hands out here to Fletcher. A clean pick up, a hack around the corner. Dangerous kick. Could be markable, but no one gets there. But Rioli will get there first. Fiorini hands it here to 𝐼𝐴 Miller. Needs a good kick inside 50 here, but it's a bad one. That's all Harris Andrews. All Harris Andrews there. Andrews now back into Dunkley. To 𝐸𝐶𝐞. Yeah, looking good, Jamar, mate. McCluggage now. We'll hit it a bit more in ball with the kick. One-on-one Andrews and Morris. Bailey now taps it into space. Up against Jeffrey here. What a pickup from Powell. That was special. Inboard here to Jeffrey now. They're going to risk the corridor here. Big ball to be won. Berry wins out and he takes the intercepting grab. Quickly plays on now. I don't think he was actually paid the mark. Inside 50 to Lohman again. Almost takes it. Plays out goal side here for Brisbane. He gets his own crumb. Great tackle from Jeffrey. And it's going to be a ball up here in Brisbane's goal square. Well, yeah, he's shown some good moments tonight, Joel Jeffrey. Sock it out of there. It's a dangerous kick. Leicester gets front position. Oh, takes Flanders' head off and we'll be getting a high contact free here. Yeah, geez, he's looking like a bit of a different place, Smith. Because, you know, it was disappointing last week, but he had his mates. So was Cameron and Archie and those likes. Well, Sun just need to start really taking the game on here like, oh, 𝐼𝐿, that's a bit of a shock. It actually works. It does work to Fiorini, but he can't be fumbling there. But he does well to get the hands out to Collins. Back here to Rioli. Need some poise here, the Suns. Going, use in the forward half just hasn't been good enough. Hence why they are down by 5 goals. Anyway, they find an option in the corridor here. 𝐼𝐿. And he will now go inside 50 here towards the pocket. Who can fly here? Maybe Ethan Reid overhead. Can't quite. And the ball goes over. Michael Jordan said he didn't really hit his groove until he went bowling. Oh, there you go. Share the same birthday as Michael Jordan, Feb 17th. It's good stuff. Great minds think alike. No, I'm joking. Yeah, no, he's I mean, not really much in the basketball, but certainly one of the best players of all time. Round out. Tackled well from Rayner. Lines organised on. Yeah, they've been really good defensively. There's 𝐓𝐡𝐞 up in the box. Great hands from McCluggage out here to Berry. He's having a good game. Just whacks it okay. Big ball to be won here. It's Charlie Cameron against Joel Jeffrey. Nice pick up from Charlie. Twisting in and out. Oh, he loses his footing there. Can't be losing your feet as a defender. It's a beautiful kick to 𝐼𝐿. He can stream into goals here. 𝐼𝐿 for his third. He's missed. Well, that would have brought the house down for the home side. 10 goals, 7. 5 goals, 6. Very well done there from Charlie Cameron. And oh, yeah, geez, he probably could have kicked that. 𝐼𝐿 just couldn't hit it cleanly. Wasn't really much great backspin. Geez, you can see a runner out there. He's actually wearing fluoro blue. Probably because of the, you know, the pink and maroon Guernseys, to be honest. Back Andrew should be marking that footy. He's swung forward this second half. Got to be a ball up here. Ball up here. Rao, good hands to extract out, but probably a bit too fast for his teammate. It's a turnover here. Now a kick forward here from the lines. This one probably will find the boundary. And it will. Rayner did really well to burst his way out of trouble, and now he goes inside 50 here, and Morris gets up, probably going to be pinned. Unrealistic, and he is. It's a pretty good fight, but he just couldn't get his hands on it, so the free was there. Collins now to 𝐼𝐿. Noble, option in the corridor, and he hits it. Noble now towards the wing to find Fiorini. Could take some grass here, Fiorini, but a bit hesitant. Now he does. Down the line. Going to win a free here, Ben King. So the Suns, what can they do here inside 50? High ball up. They've got some numbers back here, the lines though, and oh, geez, Berry's having some sort of a game. And yeah, you can hear Jonathan Brown there saying too slow. It is a bit. You know, that first quarter, they were really getting the handball game going. Run and gun from half back. High handball receives. Players crashing through. But not really seeing that as the game's getting on. Just sort of like the Crows a wee bit. Pretty slow ball movement. Long and direct. Yeah, and that kick's smothered there. Andrews' kick. Okay, Suns can win the ball back here. Flanders can poke a short kick. Probably a bit too much hang time, but Ethan Reid does well to hold on. Who's he got at home? Ben King providing an option. He's got an option in the corridor. It's a good-looking kick, and Humphrey overhead takes the mark. And he needs to go here for a side just to get really back into this game somewhat, because it's been a while since we've seen a Suns goal. Yeah, no, it's been big. Jared Berry, pretty underrated player overhead too. He's going for a snap. Oh, he's doing the 𝐓𝐴 special here, ladies and gentlemen. A snap from a stupid range. But usually when they snap it, they'll go through, but he's missed. You're directly in front and you're going for a snapshot. Fundamentals, eh? That's been the issue for the Suns tonight. Minor score. When was the last Gold Coast goal? It's been quite some time. 30 points a margin, though. So it's 5 goals. With how modern day footy is, teams can all of a sudden snap of the fingers, get back into the games. And here's a chance for a 7-point play. Bad turnover here for Brisbane. Hands could have been a bit better for Flanders, though. Leicester does well to get his body in the way and flicks a hand pass over the top to Ashcroft, who's been clean. And he can get the 1-2 here with Rayner, and he does not. Rayner wants to go himself. Back Andrew had to tackle better there. He will get the 1-2, Ashcroft. Does he break the free-randy tackle? He can't quite, but he gives the hands to Archie. Up in mines here, deep to the square. He can fly for this one. Zach Bailey, what a grab. What a grab from Zach Bailey. And you'd think this will be another one coming up for Brisbane. He's quickly looking here. He's probably want to quickly play on, and he is. And he's gold. 36 points the margin in favour of the Lions. It's looking like it's starting to enter in that territory where it's hard to see Brisbane slip here. Halfway through this third term. 2 goals to nothing in favour of the Lions. Lohman and Bailey goaling. But yeah, Brisbane's transition game has been fantastic tonight. From the back half, they've moved it really well in comparison to the Suns, where they just haven't been able to link up with hand and by foot as well as the Lions. And a few missed tackles there for the Suns. That's the coach's nightmare. And yeah, I mean, he's got to do better there, Noble. I mean, Bailey's a great mark, but you sort of have the sit there to have, yeah, you sort of have that leverage to come over the top and just spore that one through. But Bailey did really well to protect himself and take a good mark overhead. Yeah, he's been pretty disappointing tonight, Smith. Let's remember, too, the Suns haven't had Charlie Ballard all year. You know, Ballard and Collins usually a very underrated key defensive duo, so definitely his absence hurt this year. Swallow going to come onto the ground. Rayner, how about that for a pick-up and bang, breaks the tackle, gets the kick forward, and he can mark this Morris. No, sorry, that's 𝐓𝐴. Clean hands from Ashcroft. He just read it superbly well. The kick could have been a bit better. Collins intervenes, hands it now to Joel Jeffrey, and they can go from the back half here, the Suns. But for most of the night, this is just where they haven't been good enough. The link-up play, running from the back half. It's an out and the full kick from Butterick. Has been one of the many disappointing plays tonight from the Suns' point of view. Wilmot back here towards half forward. Spoil was good from Collins. So he can get the gather here. Can't quite get the hand pass. An effective one that was. Fumble there from Reid. Took did well to extract it back to Ethan Reid. Snaps it forward, but yeah, just a back kick again. Now, another player struggled a bit tonight, young Ethan Reid. He's been disappointing, and he's a young player. It happens. Leicester now. Yeah, it's looking like the case, Mike, mate. You don't have to apologise. You're waking up late. Obviously, yourself is the priority, my friend. But no, if they're going well, man. But yeah, the Lions have just been a class above, really, in pretty much all facets of the game. But Suns, no doubt they'll want to keep on having a crack here. Maybe can they find a way to get a few in a row? Bailey Humphrey nudged Jared's opponent well there, but ball in. No, it's insufficient intent. Well, okay. It's going to be a free hit to Ben Ainsworth then. Well, Wainsworth going to go for a long centering ball here. Can they find a flyer? Where's Ben King? Maybe Ethan Reid. Well done from McInerney to get his big body in the way and spoil it through for a minor score. Suns be top 4 next year. They probably should have made it this year. Oh, bless me. But, yeah, if they just beat Port Adelaide. But if Sparks and maybes, I guess, so could have Hawthorn, to be fair. But yeah, I think 7th place was a pretty fair finish for them. But no, I think it was great to see them finally make finals and get a finals win. First for the club, monkey off the back. So now it's sort of like they've been there, done that, gained some experience off this game. I think it's just good for footy for them to finally make finals and now have got a bit of experience under their belt. As neutrals, if you aren't a Suns supporter, we can probably start to trust them a bit more in games where they need to win, because they've had games this year, the Suns, where they've really stood up and had some mature performances. I think tonight, though, they're just getting outplayed, and I don't think there's much shame in that. Brisbane, I think just in general, are probably a bit more of the superior opponent, but when Gold Coast can punch above their weight, I'm not trying to disrespect the Suns here, but, Brisbane deservedly are favourites heading in this game. And the Suns did smash Brisbane 8 weeks ago, let's remember, but it was a historically bad performance for Brisbane that afternoon. But, their midfield's bounced back well tonight. And they're having plenty of winners up forward, especially with Bailey and Rayner and Archie. Yeah, exactly right, Will and Gab. Experience always matters. This stage of the season, as we've seen, Freo have also pretty finals inexperienced side. I think Freo actually bottom 4 for age, so they're a pretty young team, let's remember. McCluggage kicks smother. Andrew. What's he? Okay, interesting kick. He's just hunked that on the shoe, and it's not a good one. Picked off from Harris Andrews, who's been fantastic since he's gone on to Ben King. I mean, this is... Adelaide fans, to be honest, will just be sitting here with their arms struck saying, why didn't Marty Nix do this, eh? Because King had the early wood on Gardner. They made the switch, but King couldn't get the job done on Gunston early on, and they didn't make the switch the whole game. Anyway, missed there from Rayner. He could have kicked another minor score. Margin now 36 points. Directly a 6-goal game. Noble out here to Ewland. Plus 10 inside 50s. Clearances in control of Brisbane, and so is the contested game. To be fair, it's only plus 4. So, yeah, whilst the Suns have had probably sufficient opportunities going forward, just haven't been good enough for the ball. And Lions' defence have been fantastic so far, really standing up. Ben Long applies a good tackle there, and yeah, as expected, Ethan Reid, probably one of the fair enough recipients to be subbed off, and he is. So on is David Swallow for his potentially last game. Can he kick 5 goals in a row and kick one after the siren again? I wasn't after the siren last week, but 7:29 to play here. Wilmot, that's a good hold there from Logan Morris. Good 1-on-1 mark against Jai Farah. And now we'll load quickly here inside 50 to a pack of players. Collins in a good spot. And he's having a fantastic year. Probably one of Gold Coast's best tonight. Another intercept mark for him. 7 intercept possessions for Collins. Wilmot also game high with 7. Joel Jeffrey now will jack this kick towards the wing. Starcevic gets front position against Swallow, but he'll get his first touch. No, he won't. Fumble there. McCluggage, a good tackle on Butterick. And it's actually going to be high. Free to him. I did say it early in the stream, lads, but I feel like the little pink addition on the scoreboard. Decided to whip it up on Adobe Illustrator and think, why not? Let's add a pink variant for the Sun scoreboard whenever we stream them. When they have the pink Guernsey. Now, they've done well there, Brisbane, to defend that. Fort Is that loose behind the ball? Able to spawn and ball out here. 4:50 stoppage for the Suns. 6:16 to play till three-quarter time. The Suns are currently goalless. Haven't really had much of a crack this third quarter. Getting outplayed here by the home team and the older brother. 𝐓𝐴𝐥𝐼 tackled well from 𝐴FL. And it's on the ball. Okay, well, maybe he might have had an arm free there. So 𝐴FL Miller's going to line up for goal then. 𝐴FL Miller needs a goal here. 17 touches, but that's just no good of a kick he's missed. 5 goals, 9 now for the Suns. Oregon Ducks, I like your wardrobe. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Oregon Ducks. Yeah, no, don't mind a bit of college football. I don't really support a team, but I like the apparel. I think I've worn it before. I've also got some Texas Longhorn stuff and also got an Oregon t-shirt as well. Yeah, no, it's good stuff. Pretty passionate, though, the college over there. I think it's almost like attendance-wise more popular than the NFL. And probably more like passionate. Like, I think there'd be a lot of casual NFL fans and stuff, but, you know, a lot of the data geeks and the real enthusiastic fans would really get around the college stuff. And now Lions shift the ball here towards the wing and now go inboard here through Sam Marshall. Not really a great kick, but hey, it does work. The Suns defenders overcommit. And Brisbane at ground level to get the rove, and Berry's kick could have been a bit better there to 𝐼𝐴𝐥𝐼, and he's missed. Kick themselves out of having a sniff, yeah. And that is true, to be fair. I mean, even early on in the game, like that Ben Long miss and the Ethan Reid drop mark. Clearing kick now from Powell, and it's going to be turned over here. Jared Berry can go back the other way here for the Lions. Lazy eyes, kick towards the pocket. Collins gets the spawn. He's going to be paid the mark. Wow. That is quite some sort of a mark from 𝐼𝐴𝐥𝐼 𝐿𝐴𝐵. That's 2 pretty impressive marks he's had tonight. Oh, can he kick us first in the big time? Yeah, Collins just couldn't read the spoils. A hard play to beat, Sam Collins. Well, chance to get this game to over 40 points if he can go here. Look at that woman in the background telling everyone to shush. 𝐼𝐴𝐥𝐼 for his first. He has got it. Yeah, he was really impressive in pre-season, to be honest. It's like, oh, who's this guy they picked up? I think it was in the draft, but he's got his first. Yeah, obviously, quiet game last week, but now he's shown some good moments tonight. He's even been able to halve some contests, bring it down to ground. I've mistaken him to Logan Morris a few times tonight because he's also a fantastic player of the head as well. Yeah, no, did well to hold himself in the contest well there against Collins, and a good mark. Good goal there, and it's looking like basically game over now. Over 40 points. Get themselves... Oh, I already read that, Smister. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I sort of had that feeling deep down that I wouldn't be surprised if Brisbane school the Suns here. Can happen in finals footy sometimes where, you know, the Suns' best is definitely good enough. But, you know, this would probably be an area where bigger brother would just say, hey, this is how you got to play if you're any chance for the premiership. And they've bounced back well tonight, Brisbane. Fort now inside 50. Maybe a chance out the back here for Zach Bailey now running on fumes here. The Lions, but they do well to mop up here. The Suns' defence. Fiorini now on his wrong side, just has to hook it onto his left. Andrews a big sport. Like, yeah, he's been massive tonight, Harris Andrews. They're going to have to play a role should they go through next week and play the Pies for Collingwood's point of view. You know, do they do a bit of a Billy Frampton and play a role? Oh, geez, he's slipped over there. Farah. And he's pinholing the ball. Yeah, too many passengers tonight for the Suns and a bunch of mistakes as well. 𝐼𝐴 now, inside 50, deep option for the big O. Cameron maybe, 𝐼𝐴 𝐚𝐭𝐞𝐬 kicker smothered, Cameron at the back, he's at the posts. Oh man. As he missed. Minus score there. Geez, I mean, they're not mucking about the Lions. They could really win this one well, to be honest. Probably the Suns might have a bit of momentum and kick a few back. 𝐓𝐴 now towards the wing. Spills at the back here for 𝐼𝐴. Jeez, that's a rough bounce, to be honest, but he's got to be better than that still. Fletcher now. Dunkley, where's it? tackle? Did well. He's a strong player, Dunkley. Inboard here, Rao. Head over it, 𝐼𝐴. Weller. Tackled. Umpire's ball. Red Hot Chili Peppers, good goal song, good taste. I'm assuming that was one of the players. Was that 𝐼𝐴 goal or something? I can't quite hear. I don't usually listen too much to the broadcast audio when I stream, because, you know, I have to get my stupid voice in the way instead. Yeah, no, I mean, Red Hot Chili Peppers, don't mind them, I guess. Plenty of American bands I do like, though. Nope, Humphrey. Oh, that was clever. Sold the can, he dropped the ball, but it worked. Now Davies inside 50. Suppose it's been pretty poor tonight from Davies. I think many opposition fans would be scouting him, and he's had some impressive performances, but tonight he's been a bit bad with the ball. Swallow, good tackle for holding the ball. Forward half turnover here for the Suns. Now, can they make them pay Ainsworth? Can't hold it in against Wilmot. Umpire's ball. Ball in here, inside the Suns forward 50. Few repeated stoppages here. 4:56 college football. Last time I checked, there are teams in America and the fan bases. Yeah, no, there's a lot. And obviously they don't all play in the same conferences and stuff. And there's low division sides. Humphrey, yeah, he's been pretty ineffective tonight. I mean, there's the downside of Bailey Humphrey. He can have some low production games and be a bit shocking by foot at times. Oh, so, okay. So Archie's played on here. And because of that, it's a ball in. Bit of a brain fade there. Minute 13 here. Obviously, from the Lions' point of view, wouldn't want to consider goal here late. Keep the Suns goalless. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 𝐎𝐥𝐝 Swallow maybe. Extracts out here to Jeffrey. Now to Humphrey. High ball around the corner. Who can fly here? It's looking like it's all 𝐼𝐴. They've been fantastic defensively tonight, the Lions. And it's also a bit of both, really. The Suns inside 50 just haven't been good enough. Haven't challenged their defence well enough. But a lot of these high balls Brisbane have been able to deal really well with. And at ground level 2, they've mopped it up nicely. 𝐷𝐴 out of the 50. Ooh, 𝐼𝐴 showing some good moments. Another good mark. 30 seconds to go here. Probably just want to slow it down here, the Lions. Long down the line. 𝐼𝐴. Oh, dropped the mark late. Would have taken a nice pack mark. And ball up here. 17 seconds. Maybe if Brisbane can get a clearance, potentially could be a chance to maybe get another goal. Another ball up here. So it's looking like we're staring down the barrel of 4 finals streamed. All finals we've streamed, they've been a margin over 4 goals. So we just can't buy a close game in a minute live on the channel. Hopefully we're saving the best till last and the grand final and prelim finals can be beauties. But at the moment, it's all in control of the Brisbane Lions. A dominant term from them and all but really booked their ticket into a preliminary final to meet the Pies in a 2023 grand final rematch. But still a quarter to go. You never know what can happen. But 43 points, it's going to be hard to see Brisbane slip up from here. Just 4 behinds for the Suns. Goalless quarter whilst the Brisbane piled on the pain with 3 goals for themselves. Yeah, just an ultimate control, really. Suns have, whilst they've been able to win a bit of ball out in the middle, clearances and contested footy fairly even. It's just what they've done on the outside. The ball use just hasn't been good enough and really haven't been able to stretch the Lions' defence. Whilst they did do that a bit in the first quarter and really got their run and gun game going, yeah, it's been not really much spark in their movement tonight. I think it's also been at the expense of just Brisbane's fantastic pressure, and their defence has been really stingy tonight as well. Plenty of contributors for the Lions' end of things. We'll have a look at some individual stats, shall we? Intercept possessions, 8 for Collins, who's been probably one of their best players. 𝐓𝐴𝐷 7, Andrew's been fantastic also with 7. Contest possession leader, 𝐓𝐴𝐷 been really good with 12. Will Ashcroft with 12. Inside 50s, 7 for Jared Berry, 6 for Will Ashcroft. 4 frees, I don't know why I'm looking at frees 4, but Rowell's got 4. Centre clearances, 3 for Rowell, 𝐓𝐴𝐷. Contested marks, 2 for Witts, Morris, King, and also Ty Gallup with 2 contested marks, if you don't mind. Witts is winning the hitouts against Ford and McInerney. Having a good year, Jared Witts. 579 metres gained for Jared Berry. So, yeah, no, he's been really good on the wing. He's been able to work both ends of the ground, take some good marks up back with the flight, do a bit of damage in the forward 50. 𝐸𝐴𝐷 been pretty good by foot tonight as well. Rayner's been able to burst his way through. 435 metres gained off his disposal. It's pretty good. Usually, given he wins a lot of his possessions in the front half. Will Ashcroft being quality tonight. So clean, so silky with his skills. Yeah, he's probably one of the best on ground, no doubt, for the Lions. Jasper Fletcher, 16 touches. Who else is up there for the ball winners? 𝐓𝐴𝐷 26, Berry 19, 𝐓𝐴𝐷 19, 𝐸𝐴𝐷 18. But yeah, you know, as we said in the TV video, they played really good footy without Lachie Neale. So even though he was out, I don't think it's still a big out because it's Neale. But you know, it's one of Brisbane's strengths. They bat so deep in the midfield. And yeah, Dunkley's been a tackling beast as well. How many tackles for him tonight? 15. Huge number. Could he push 20? Yeah, but yeah, plus 13 inside 50s for the Lions. Plus 6 clearances. Contested ball plus 6. Yeah, it's really, when the Suns enter the forward half, they just sort of stop dead in their tracks with Brisbane's defence, or 3 or 4 Brisbane players around them with great pressure. So yeah, they've really struggled to move the ball with a bit of pace as well, and really catch them out goal side. But no, I think it's still been a very promising and impressive year for the Suns, getting their first final series and getting a finals win when not really many people expected them to. So yeah, I mean, they'll definitely be disappointed with how this game's panned out. It's really a one-sided affair now, over 40 points. But hey, finals win, big tick for the club, and just at least some experience on the belts for the playing group would be handy. And yeah, no doubt they'd have some fire in the bellies for next year. Pretty much, 𝐸𝐴𝐷. Lions avenging the Dockers, perhaps so, Badger mate. I mean, yeah, with how the Suns have played tonight, maybe Freo could have been a bit more of a trouble for the Suns, because whilst the Suns have been a pretty good rebounding side this year, when Brisbane have gone, when the Dockers have gone fast, they've been fantastic this year. So that probably would have been a side that could have challenged maybe Brisbane's defence a bit more, because they've been pretty vanilla going forward, the Suns. But yeah, Gallup had a great third quarter too. A few good grubs. He's out tonight and got his first in the big time. Good to see in a final as well. $43 points for the Brisbane Lions. Fucking hell. Just hope for a close game for once, for Christ's sake. But it's definitely good to watch if you're a Brisbane supporter. And yeah, there you go. Lee Matthews talking about a few broken tackles. there was that goal Brisbane kicked in the third quarter where I think it was 𝐸𝐴𝐴ndra and another player. 2 missed tackles. Can't be having that, especially in finals footy. 8 broken tackles tonight. Equal most by any player in a final. Last one was Dusty Martin in the 2017 prelims. So no, he's been pretty good tonight. It's just a thing they did. I know, I'm assuming you already know, Badger, that they obviously have the pink Guernseys. But yeah, I don't know why they did it tonight. In a final, they should probably be repping their traditional colours. But yeah, looking like it's going to be 2-2 in the pink Guernseys this year. Obviously, 2 of the wins come against the Tigers in the North, and the 2 losses now against potentially, it's looking like the case, Brisbane here, and also the Cats going to the Cattery. I think I just heard Sarah Jones say they've got many match winners, the Gold Coast Suns. She meant to say Brisbane, of course. Yeah, cream rising to the top here for the Brisbane Lions, class above of their younger brothers, and you'd expect them to probably put the foot down here and maybe end up winning this one well. But the Suns, well, want to finish off the game here. What's their finals mantra? All gas, no breaks. It's actually a pretty good one, to be honest. I really rate that. But yeah, the winner, of course, will head to the G next. I think it's a Friday night game. No, it's actually Saturday after. I did see Mitch Cleary tweet. I think it's a Saturday afternoon twilight game. Just so, like, should the Queensland team win the prelim, they can have a get home the same night on the plane back to Brisbane or back to Gold Coast should they win. But it's looking like Brisbane at the minute. Underway for the 4th term, by the way. Ball in, centre wing. Oh, by the way, lads, if Brisbane win, I'm finally going to get a tip right for the first time this final series. Christ almighty, I'm having a shocker so far. I mean, initially I should have just stuck with my Collingwood tip like I did in the finals bracket prediction video against the Crows, and I switch it. But apart from that, all the tips that I've really stuck fat with since the start of September, I've been wrong. I think that the big one definitely is Hawthorn. I did feel there were every chance against the Giants, but yeah, no, I didn't really expect them to make a prelim. They're certainly the underdogs of this final series. And I was expecting an elim finalist to probably push to a prelim, but I thought it maybe would have been a GWS. But, you know, they've been impressive the last 2 weeks, the Hawks. And in hindsight, probably were due to finally get some scalps after playing some good footy and close losses against top 8 sides. Anyway, back to this game. Charlie Cameron wins a free. He goes bang, cue the country roads. Not for now, he's missed. Minus score. 12 goals, 11. And that's a positive for Brisbane as well. More goals than behinds. It's a rarity usually for them. Quick from the kick-ins, Noble gives it Noah Anderson, and now can go down the line. Whilst, yeah, I think Anderson and Rowell have been sort of sufficient enough to win their own ball. It's sort of just, yeah, too many. You know, where's the role players been for the Suns tonight, eh? It's really their core players. Even like Collins has been playing well too. It's sort of that next run below, not enough from those particular players. Talking your Humphreys, your Ben Longs. Anderson does well to keep it in. Fiorini, a bad kick there. There's been a lot of just poor decision making in tight at times from the Suns. Like, there you go, chopped up hand pass. A lot of kicks into Smothers as well. And Rayner can just glide this home, but he misses. Minus score. Clever spore there from Touk to continue the link in the chain here to 𝐓𝐿𝐴𝐴 Weller. And yeah, it's been a bit of a non-sighting tonight. What can he manufacture going inside 50? Marks inside 50. Been an absolute rarity for Gold Coast tonight. Can't connect there. And they only had 6 marks inside 50 in their win last week against the Dockers, the Suns. But it's really what they did in that forward 50 at ground level. Smashed the Dockers in that area. And there's Stephen King. Absolutely love his books. Yeah, no, I'm only joking. Obviously, mixing him up with the author. But yeah, no, I got the Demons job. Potentially a good move. Apparently, Buckley just wasn't fully committed to the Demons job, but obviously, Geelong assistant the last 2 seasons. Spent obviously a bit of time with the Suns and was their interim coach when 𝐸𝐴𝐴 got the sack. Oh, geez, Rainer's balled over into a few defenders there. Powell's absolutely copped it in the back. Going to be a free here. No, it's Collins. And then, yeah, Rao got a karate kick into his chest. Oh, not Rao, sorry. 𝐴𝐵𝐿. Anyways, first 15 minutes in the Prem. Arsenal and Nottingham Forest. Any goals? Nope, still 0-0. Might as well flick that on after this game. Actually, I might just put it on my screen a little bit, given this game's now starting to really get one-sided. In fact, it pretty much is one-sided. And I'll keep my stream here. Oh, Mark again from 𝐼𝐵𝐿𝐿. He's having a good night. Charlie a bit lucky there. And here we go. Beautiful. 𝐷𝐶. Oh, geez, someone's getting subbed off here for Arsenal. An injury. Beautiful. Oh, geez, have a look at this, gents. In fact, I'll probably show her in the mirror. How about this for a setup? So we've got the stream here, got the Prem there, and then we've got the footy here. How about it, eh? Come on, our own little station. Good to have your company, of course, in the words of Dwayne Russell, who is actually commentating tonight. I did see, I think I've already said it on stream, but midweek they showed the sort of setup on how Dwayne Russell calls his games, and he has like milk, he has a few Cokes, he has some chocolate bars, he gets on a bit of a sugar rush. That's why he's so enthusiastic. But he does say, he did say like he fasts and stuff. So still obviously probably lives a healthy lifestyle, healthy enough lifestyle. Bailey, I think this one was insufficient or out in the full. Snapping shot here from back Bailey. And can't quite nail it there. What a score. A few points in a row here for Brisbane. Come on, you Irons. Oh, you go for West Ham, CY. Yeah, no, I mean, there's been plenty of calls for Graham Potter to be sacked. But they had a good win. I think it was against Nottingham Forest, which led to their old manager, I think it was Nuno, the Portuguese guy, getting sacked. Anderson over the top here to 𝐴𝐶, and now to Matty Rao. Oh, geez, he's run himself into a bit of trouble here, and that's going to be a tripping free. Rao been pretty decent tonight. He just hasn't really been able to show much burst from getting the ball from inside or out. You know, those quick, fast steps and hit a nice target. I mean, he's been able to stand himself up in some tackles, but yeah, I'd still think probably one of the Suns' better players. But again, just far too many passengers for them tonight. Bailey over the top. And I mean, Anderson's won quite a bit of ball too, 20 touches. Just hasn't been a... you know, it takes everybody to win finals football, really. Unless your name's 𝐼𝐗𝐿𝐴 𝐐𝐞. All right, Bruce Rell looks like this sub's going to come on. Ball in here. 𝐓𝐡𝐿 gets the hit out. Another boundary throw. Yep, 3-0. Yeah, it was 3-0 then. It was pretty emphatic. They got a few goals late, didn't they? Spurs this week. Bit of a London derby. Rao now. See, that's where he's been pretty good tonight, Rao. Like, he's still so hard to tackle, strip the ball off. Newland towards half-back. Works nicely to Weller. And he's got a bit of toe here. The former Docker takes 2 bounces. The boy from Tassie. And he's kicked on out. Not a big contest. I mean, that's just been the issue all night for the Suns. And yeah, no, Andrews has been a brick wall tonight. It's great to see him finally make the All-Australian again. He was stitched up the last 2 years, in my opinion. Bestseller, yeah, no, it definitely is, for sure. I mean, I'm not really into it that much because the shit costs an absolute fortune. And usually, you know, folks might get me a Swans top or something for my birthday or Christmas, so... Anyway, inside 50 here. That's a good-looking kick here for Archie. Nice hands to 𝐼𝐵𝐿𝐿 𝐼𝐵𝐿𝐿. Oh, man, he's kicked it like a ruckman. Bad miss there. 12 goals, 14. Yeah, it is very into Miami for sure. think 𝐼𝐶 still plays for him, doesn't he? Ah, it's just the potential. No channel, and you know, he can also be a match winner too. Yeah, I mean, it's still fairly lowish games. Definitely needs to improve the consistency next year. And he's a pretty unique player as well, 𝐸𝐴𝐴ndrew. Like his best is exceptionally good. I think before he re-signed as well, he had a bit of a period throughout a season where he was just taking intercept marks galore. Like he was seriously playing some good footy, and you know he's lowered his colours a bit tonight. But I feel like long contracts, even though it should obviously go to the star players, it's also just like to the key cornerstones of your team, and those are players like 𝐸𝐴𝐴ndrew. Corner here for Arsenal. 𝐼𝐴𝐴 obviously used to play for Chelsea. Got 50 million out of him. That's a pretty good deal. I thought he was a talented player, but not really much production out of him. Good kick from Marshall to 𝐼𝐴𝐴. Trent Andrew to tells you they've cap room to spare. Well, I guess we all don't really know much with teams' cap space. I mean, is the Suns okay? Obviously, they've got some talent and eventually need to start re-signing players. And here's 𝐸𝐴𝐴ndrew. I think he started the game okay, 𝐸𝐴𝐴ndrew. Like he got his hands on Andrews again. My God, he's been good. Yeah, he's getting outdone by Harris Andrews tonight. He's really stood up with Jack Payne going down, Andrews. And whilst he preferably plays on the second best forward, he's gotten the switch onto King. Yeah, no, he is a channel level. Starting to set on Gold Coast season. Yeah, still been impressive, Gold Coast. I mean, I had the missing finals again this year because it's sort of just like I want to see it to believe it, how they go this season. And no, very impressive. Proved me wrong for sure. Yeah, no, Hardwick. I said at the start of the year, you know, Hardwick's had his first season. He knows a bit more on the list, knows what to get out of the players. And yeah, they've been able to string together really well this year. They've had some fantastic wins. Like that, a crushing win against us. Their midfield this season's definitely been the highlight. And Bruce Revels put it on the full. Yeah, you know, Anderson around, probably one of the best 1-2 midfielders, best 1-2 punch midfielder combos in the competition this year. Both all Australians have had quality seasons, and yeah, I think they've been okay tonight. You know, Rioli's shown quite a bit. Same with Noble this season too. You know, Ben Long, all Australian squad. He was very underrated this year, but quiet tonight. Just not enough winners up forward for the Suns tonight. Humphrey as well as another. And he will get paid a mark here. Jeez, they've got a ref cam in the Prem. Anyway, ball in here for Forest. Jeez, by the way, lads, Gold Coast have yet to kick a goal this half. Like they could have a goal the second half. This has been a defensive masterclass for Brisbane tonight. Really have bounced back well after getting utterly exposed very badly by Geelong on the outside last Friday night. Second quarter, Cow. Been on 5 goals this whole second half. I know you're happy, Cal, mate. You really wanted to see the Suns succeed, and I think you would have been happy as well if they've got the win over Freo. And there was some vision, like on Twitter, I saw the Eagles' best and fairest just started cheering when Fremantle lost. Obviously, there was quite a few giving criticism to that. Humphrey crushing his way through. Did well, Bailey Humphrey. And yeah, I mean, trying something with a centering kick. There's just no one at home. Been pretty dysfunctional. Their forward line tonight, the Suns. Zach Bailey. Nope. Spun himself out of trouble. And it's a bad kick picked off from 𝐵𝐵𝐿. Now David Swallow in his last game. Gold Coast most memorable goal still kicked by rugby league player 𝐴𝐵𝐿 𝐼𝐗𝐿. I think one of the more memorable goals is that Anderson one after the siren, though. That was special against the Tigers. But to be honest, in terms of like, something that actually meant something, I think it's probably Anderson's goal against the Pies. That was such a much needed win, and that goal from the centre bounce. That goal's in the goal of the year final, so I think that probably is goal of the year. That was outstanding. A goal in a key moment, and they got the win, and it was a much needed one for the club at the time. And if they were to win the night, the Suns, they may be able to challenge the Suns, but I think we can all agree the Lions are, from a neutral point of view, probably a bit better of the side to challenge the Pies next week. And there we go, the Suns finally get a goal in this second half, their first of the second half. It's Ben Ainsworth goaling there. So margin back to 9:28 to play here. 41 points. I think Lions got Pies covered. Yeah, it's going to be a trick one to tip. Lions on my flag call. But geez, the Pies are impressive, really were. And as I did say in my videos, like come September, they don't muck about. And, Brisbane have shown a bit of a soft underbelly, and look, they've been great at the G, but I backed them last week against the Cats, and they got totally outplayed. So, be a hard one to tip. Ball up here, 𝐓𝐿𝐼𝐻. They've done well in the clearances tonight. So is that man, 𝐷𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻. Lohman now does well to get the offloading hand past Charlie. Kenny Waltz and a goal. He's missed. Oh man, he's yet to kick a goal. Charlie. He's actually been quite decent tonight. Like 0 goals too, but no, I think quite a few of his disposals have turned into goals, and he's been involved in the forward half a bit, but no goals, no country roads in the minute. Yeah, and to be fair, like that's when Gardner was on him, no channel. And since Andrews has got onto him, he's been pretty much absolutely shut out of the game. Collins now hands it to 𝐓𝐶. Oh, blind hand pass, no good. Turnover. Fletcher, quick kick, finds Zach Bailey, and he can go back for another here. Sharks win tonight. I actually have not checked the NRL. I mean, just wait for tomorrow for the Raiders. Let's actually have a look at the finals results so far. So the Sharks beat the Roosters. Is that was that a top 4 clash? No, it was 5th versus 8th. So sort of fair enough. The Sharks won that. The Warriors belted by the Panthers. 6th versus 7th. That was Bailey goals. Not far away from the ton. The Lions being quality tonight. 6th versus 7th. So Waratahs lost. So Panthers going to go through. Or could the Panthers win another one? Yeah, 𝐓𝐶's disposal's been a bit of a letdown tonight. A few bad kicks, ordinary hand passes. And yeah, Storm beat the Bulldogs. That was obviously last night. Hopefully the Raiders can get up. They're good to see. They did beat the Storm in 2019 in that qualifying final. Seven and a half minutes to play here. pasting it, his son's just been found out by a superior opponent tonight. But still plenty to take positives out of this year. I'm sure Hardwick and everyone involved will be proud, but not proud with how they've played tonight. Sour taste in the mouth ending a season like this, eh? Raiders, Panthers, GF. Who do the Panthers play next week? Do they play the loser of... Do they play the Bulldogs? That Raiders-Panthers finish still was an absolute corker, though. They hit the post from the golden point and the Raiders go back the other way and score. There's 𝐓𝐡𝐞 in the background. Suns work it forward. Bounces over it. The Suns play though. 𝐼𝐶 been pretty solid tonight. So is that man Harris Andrews. Tackled well from 𝐴𝐶. Umpire's ball it is. Yep, dogs and... To be honest, I don't know. 𝐼𝐶 it is, to be honest. Not really too great, the league players. But I don't mind flicking on from time to time. Bloody hell, though. I tell you what, like, the league commentators are a bit bogany, though. Like, the State of Origin this year, that bloody guy in the box. Checking out the Harvey Norman replay. Oh, it's just a great run. It's just like, all right, let's just pick the most bogan-sounding commentator. To be fair, Brendan Speed calls league now. I've always really liked his calls. He obviously used to do quite a bit of AFL and quite a bit of the northern states. Like, he used to do quite a bit of the Swans games. He did a bit of the A-League too, I think. But yeah, mostly focus on league now. Ainsworth tackled well by Wilmot. Bosball. Cannot stand Mark Howard. Yeah, I sort of understand, like, people are not really a fan of him. I mean, I don't mind him. He can be a bit blokey. Like, oh, my mate, Dane Zorko, how you going, and all that. My dad's a fan of his podcast. He does a few episodes here and there. Yeah, I think Jonathan Brown's said that pretty much well. Don't underestimate how hard it was for the Suns to back it up 2 weeks in a row. It's different gravy, finals footy. Remaining time says gotcha 5:18, mate. So Zorko, that's a drop kick. That's a perfectly timed drop kick there. He got the backspin as well. Collins. Just tell you what, did the league just finish or something? What time are the games starting at? Like, did the games not start at like 7:30 or something? To be fair, league games are shorter. Arsenal did scores. Jeez, I flicked off this. Let's see the goal. Oh, was it a corner? The kings of the set pieces. Oh, wow, that was some sort of a goal. It was a volley from outside the box. It was headed away. Who was it? I don't even know who that is. 𝐓𝐶𝐶 𝐓𝐶𝐶, is he Spanish or something? Sounds like a Spanish name. 𝐓𝐶𝐶. Yep, Spanish. Play for Real Sociedad. Okay, that's a fucking good goal. Not really much the goalkeeper can do there. Perfectly timed volley. Yeah, look, the Suns could have wreaked a bit of havoc. They did belt them earlier this season, Albina, but I mean, to be fair, that volley was right down the keeper's throat, but it was sort of deflected. His own, yep, defensive deflection. It was a good volley, but if the defender didn't get his way, it probably would have been saved there from, I think the goalkeeper's 𝐴𝐿𝐴, Belgian. I'll take that. Arsenal 1-0 up. Probably expected to win. Title favourites, you'd think, Arsenal. 𝐓𝐡𝐞 inside 50 and 𝐼𝐵MAN flies. Chance to kick 4 here. Bottle FC. Yeah, Arsenal have always been a bit of a delusional side and stuff. Loved Arsenal Fan TV back in the day, though. To be fair enough, they've sort of expanded it. And, I mean, Robbie, you know, the black fella, he's sort of ventured and created his own little media empire. DR Sports, I think it is. Should goal here, 𝐼𝐵MAN, and he's got 4. He's having a great night tonight. Shaved head. As I've said before, when you got a shaved head, you mean business. You know, no mucking about. And he certainly meant business tonight. He's been epic. Really set the tone early on, applied some great pressure acts, and an influence right from the get-go for the Lions tonight. The Windows Star Casino for Grand Final watch last year's Grunny in the sports bar atmosphere was off tap. Yeah, fair enough, man. I watched it at the G. It wasn't fun, but yeah, cool experience. It definitely is, though. Like, certainly, especially if we just now, you know, not really challenge. You never know what can happen, but let's say we don't challenge for the next 10 years. I'll definitely look back and think, wow, pretty lucky to witness two grand finals in 3 years. But I get belted in both, to be honest. But the atmosphere is fantastic. Like, you know, when you walk out, when you arrive at the ground, and you see the big MCG. When you arrive there, it's like, Christ, it's bigger than you think. It's just a massive coliseum, and it was also strange at the same time because, you know, red and maroon colours. It's not usually what you see at the G. Yeah, definitely a unique matchup with obviously them both being Northern State teams, but no, definitely a great atmosphere and stuff. But yeah, you know, the Bane Extra cheer squad, it's sort of like once in a lifetime type of stuff. Oh, when Tommy Papley kicked that goal, oh man, we looked like we were on. But we didn't really, even before we got the first goal, we weren't really playing too great, to be honest. It felt like we were sort of fortunate to get the first two. I think like 𝐻𝐼𝐴 and Charlie Cameron both missed gettable chances. So Hustle getting out of the G. Wasn't bad for me, to be honest. I just chucked in the headphones and, you know, just walked my way back to the apartment. The lonely, sad walk back. I think I just listened to the radio coverage and fucking 𝐷𝐻𝐿 the nerd, going on about some shit I don't really remember. And then, yeah, like I got back and I'm like, I was thinking on the way back, do I record a video about my thoughts? And I'm like, yeah, stuff, let's just do it. Well, can he go? He has not. Would have been nice. 2:47 to play here. It's just been a really since the second term, it's been pretty one-sided. Is the score right? Oh, yes, sorry. So yeah, I'm off for the Ferries a little bit. Not quite getting the score as right. I'll tell you what, don't quit. I won't quit my day job. Should I give my incompetence as a timekeeper? 𝐷𝐼𝐴 𝐼𝐿. Oh, I was watching on YouTube earlier today. Sometimes you see it like just like the local leagues sometimes stream like their grand finals, and I think it's like the Eastland Football League or something, one of the grand finals, and the commentator's like, oh, of course, they're streaming on YouTube and Facebook, and if you are tuning in from there, make sure you comment where you're watching from the globe. And then I see the chat, it's on subscribers only mode, and I'm like, oh, bloody hell, talk about a bit of a beg. You're telling us to comment, but we have to subscribe first. Bloody hell, cheeky. Make sure to subscribe, by the way, lads, if you haven't already. No, I'm only joking. Don't have to if you don't want him to 𝐴𝐺𝐝 out in the full. Anyways, minute 43 to play here. So it'll be a loss tonight for the Suns, but no, definitely a win for the season. Finals win, finals appearance. A lot to learn tonight. I think it was just good for them to finally get the monkey off the back and progress as a playing list, saying, hey, now we've been there, done that, plenty to take out of it. All appreciate. Oh yeah, no worries. No, it seemed to be fairly enjoyed. I still remember one of the comments was like, I watched the whole video and ended up feeling like a psychiatrist because I was just ranting away. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Bailey Humphrey now. Been quiet tonight. Like 13 touches, just really been struggling to show much efficiency tonight. Also another in pink boots. What's going on here? Forrest complaining for a handball or something he's missed. No goals for Humphrey tonight. There's Chris Fagan. Pretty emotionless. Where's the gum, Chris? He's not chewing it tonight. Dunkley, good mark overhead. Always a good outlet down the line from Giggins. So yeah, Brisbane Pies next week. Yeah, it sort of just feels right. Given the quality of both sides. Meet each other in the prelim. It will be 2023 grand final rematch. Hey, I tell you what, the prelims look good. Really, really good. I think Hawthorn still is that underdog, but I'll tell you what, with how they've played these two finals, they're looking really well balanced. Midfield would be confidence. The confidence would be up and about as well with how they dismantled Adelaide's last night. And yeah, you know, their ball movement in general is looking really schmick, so definitely can challenge the Cats. And as for the Lions, their best is certainly good enough. They've been good interstate this year, and we'll give every stab at it towards Collingwood next week at the G. So there it is. Brisbane go through, the Suns out, but plenty of positives to take out of this season. The sun sets for the Suns. You like that? Player words. Finally going to tip right too. Hooray. 1 out of 6 I am for the finals though. Fucking shocking. Absolutely shocking. 100 points for Brisbane. 6 goals, 11, 47 for the Suns. Yeah, I mean, sort of had that feeling deep down that maybe they get out playing tonight. Gold Coast hard to back it up after a pretty... The way they won too, real head hard and gut type of win and really dug deep. So, yeah, Brisbane too good. Yeah, quality all night long really. Set the tone early on and, yeah, no, there was quite a bit of a gulf on how they were able to move the ball in comparison to the Suns. Outplayed in the middle. Too many passages for the Suns tonight and they had the winners up forward. Bailey, Rayner. The list is endless, to be honest. Lohman, probably one of their better players up forward tonight as well. I think he'll get a fair chunk of coaches' votes. Cam Rayner broke plenty of tackles tonight. He was the X factor. And Ashcroft, a huge first half. 2 goals in that first half. Clean tonight and yeah, had some lovely disposals. So yeah, a real professional responding win from the Brisbane. Geez, haven't they done that all season long, really? So yeah, it should be a good head against the Pies next week. Yeah, they'll be the slim underdogs, I think, as well. But yeah, no, a good midfield response too after terribly exposed from the Cats last week. So that pretty much does it, everybody. We'll quickly do our 3-1 votes, and yeah, we'll end it up for the night. I'll obviously stay tuned for this Arsenal-Nottingham Forest game. Just have it on in the background. But yeah, +7 in the contested footy, and yeah, almost +20 in the clearances. It was a midfield masterclass for Brisbane tonight. Anderson and Rao were able to win some ball, and I think stats-wise they were good enough, but just not really much support. 𝐴𝐵𝐶 a bit ordinary with disposal. The switch from Andrews on the King was fantastic early on. That shored up their defence, and yeah, pressure was great from Brisbane as a team. Yeah, just a real professional win from them. +11 inside 50s. 3-1 votes. Who's our best on ground? Probably Will Ashcroft. I think he was flawless all night. I'll go him for 3. Berry I really liked. I'll give him 2. And Harris Andrews, I want to give him his flowers. I'll give him 1. Yeah, brick wall tonight. That's a big magnet to focus on for Collingwood next week. Do they have a forward tagging role on Harris Andrews? They need to try and shift their inside 50 entries away from the likes of course, Harris Andrews. And he was epic last time out against the Pies at the G a few weeks ago. The prelim final matchups look like beauties. Surely they're close games. That's 4 finals games with stream now. The closest margin is 4 goals. So, well, they've still been, I guess, good games to watch. They've been one-sided. Let's hope for some close games anyway, hey? Do you reckon the Bombers next year think as a young side developing the finals team? Probably not next year, Thomas, but there's always unpredictabilities heading into next year. You never know, really, but there's still... it's going to be a big off-season for them, 2 first-round picks. And let's just see how this off-season goes first. Is Merritt going to stay? Is this a bit of a Tom Papley situation from all those years ago where it looked like he was out the door, but then he pulls his head in saying, nah, I'm committed now. I'm going to put in a power work in the off-season, and, comes out 2020 and was leading the Commonwealth one stage. Had a great year that season. So, let's see what the Bombers do next year. I still think they're probably around the... they're what, 6-4 after 10 rounds. They're certainly better than a bottom 4 side this year. Their year was almost a void given their injuries, so the upside's there for them. Anyways, next Saturday, I think it's a 5:05 first bounce, I think. The Pines versus Brisbane, so twilight. Don't mind that. Should be a ripper. But thanks for tuning in, lads. Brisbane get it done in the end by 53 points. Belting, and yes, Swallow going to get Chad off here. Obviously, inaugural player, fine player for the Suns. And happy he got a finals win and a bit of a taste in September, which is good to see. Brisbane too strong tonight by 53 points. Thanks for tuning in, lads. Have a good rest of your night. 3 votes for Ashcroft, of course. Emma was brilliant tonight. Should be good games next week. Have a good rest of your night, lads. Take care, and catch us later.